cruise ships, street punks, and toxic waste. We watch National Lampoon's Jason Goes on Vacation, aka Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. We watched it so you don't have to, so you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
What's up, Moongoons? Welcome to the Horrible Horror Podcast, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Lord Marshall Hampton. With me on this very special episode is my buddy, my co-host, I haven't said it in a while, but I'm going to say it again, brother from another mother, my dearest...
You said that like 2 weeks ago.
I guess I did say that 2 weeks ago. Fuck it. My dearest best friend, Mr. Aaron Southworth.
What up? How's it going, Marshall?
I'm good. It is a shooting day for horror movies here in St. Louis. It is dark and stormy,
gloomy,
raining shit.
Bad weather. They're like tornado warnings, no tornado warnings. Tornado warnings, no tornado warnings.
No, but we're getting a shit ton of rain right now.
Yeah.
Raining hard. It's dark and cloudy. Very appropriate setting for horror movies. But for those, like I said, this is kind of a special episode because this is 250. 250
episodes.
Regular episodes.
Not counting any bonus stuff or interviews or anything like that.
Yeah, so kind of a big moment. So we're kind of excited. So we're doing another big movie for this, but we are doing something we've never done before, and that's doing back-to-back weeks where we're doing, or episodes, watch-along.
Yeah.
Just because scheduling got hard. It's been really hard this month. There's a lot of other things coming up this month and a lot of things going on that made doing regular episodes a little more difficult. So we decided we're going to have to do a watch along, but we're going to go big. We're going to do another big franchise blockbuster movie. Oh, I don't know about blockbuster, but we're doing, you heard in the intro, Friday 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, a.k.a. National Lampoon's Jason Goes on Vacation.
Jason takes Vancouver. Yeah. Jason takes a cruise.
But before we get all that, we got a few things to discuss, a few announcements, some good, some sad, some whatever. You can make them what you think. First off, I want to announce that by the time you are listening to this, our new online store should be up and running. We have a bunch of new merchandise coming up for everybody. You can go to our website, horriblehorrorpodcast.com, and check it all out, and you can get it from there. Get the heads up. Yeah, some of it might seem a little pricey, but it's not because we're trying to fuck anybody over. It's just because it is what it is nowadays when you're getting things made and shipping prices have skyrocketed, like tripled. And just the cost of doing business these days.
Yeah, and we can't buy in mega bulk.
Yeah.
We're not a box store.
Yeah, we're pretty much print on demand. And then shipping costs are through the roof right now. So I understand, sticker shock, it is what it is, but inflation's going up. Things are the way that we are in the world right now. So hopefully it's not too bad, but if you guys want to support shows, you can check out. We're going to have shirts, mugs, glasses, hoodies, stickers.
Woo!
There's cell phone cases. There's like I said, stickers, bumper stickers, pins, shirts, hoodies. I already said that. I forget we got some other neat stuff.
Bunch of stuff. Check it out.
A lot of different designs from bits from the show, some memorable lines or bits or moments, as well as just our overall designs.
Should be pretty fun. I don't want to spoil it because there's some good ones out there.
There should be some good ones out there. Spent a lot of time on that. So that said, that's one thing. Next thing we're going to I gotta mention is that because of personal issues and scheduling and just life in general, Aaron will be going on another kind of sabbatical hiatus from the show after this episode. He's not leaving the show. He's just taking a little break because for family stuff and jobs and just getting some more family time in.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I think he's still going to be running the Instagram page from his end. and we'll be in touch. But that's it. I am working on getting a whole list of special stand-in co-hosts that will be joining me on a rotating week-to-week basis. You'll just see familiar faces or voices. It's just that you have Nachos McWare with Cincinnati Jeff. Chris and Sarah Samples will be back. I've also
some new ones too.
I've also been in talks with some hosts of some other podcasts who might be making like some cameos on here, some appearances, come co-host with us. So that's gonna be fun. So you have that to look forward to. With that out of the way, I believe next step is to catch you all up on our 2001-22 March Madness, horror March Madness tournament of awfulness. I think
almost got it.
Fucked it up a bit. But we have the results for our fucked up Final Four. This will announce who is going to play in our championship round to be crowned this year's worst of the worst champion. So let's jump right to that. So on the Crystal Lake bracket side, we had Killer Unicorn going up against Night Before Easter. Aaron has the results. So Aaron, who is going to the final game, the final round?
Well, the game's in overtime.
Oh!
It is a literal 50-50 split.
This is the 50-50.
50-50
wow.
split.
Aaron told me, we have a 50-50, but he didn't tell me which one. So I'm excited. So, all right.
So, yeah, it's between Killer Unicorn and The Night Before Easter.
I'm kind of glad it was on this bracket, because this, to me, if we have to break the tie. So for me, this is an easy decision, as the other bracket would be much more debate, much harder. So my choice, and I'm thinking Aaron's, I'm voting Night Before Easter.
As am I.
All right.
Yes.
Very easy.
And the reason, I mean, really, Killer Unicorn is a niche type of horror movie. It's made for a gay audience. It's unique. It's its own thing. And it was filmed pretty well.
Yeah, it looked good.
The production value is pretty decent. Night Before Easter just was awful on all levels.
Shouting like a 2002 Nokia cell phone.
Oh man, it was just horrible. So
awful. The plot was bad. The actors, everything about that movie was sucked. I agree. Night Before Easter deserves to go on. And that makes it our only movie that had a first round bye make it to the finals. It was a number 2 seed in Crystal Lake.
Strong contender.
And made it to the finals. That could be our champion this year. Although on the Haddonfield side, there is one particular movie that hits so much hate that has beat out a number 1 seed, and so it could be this year's winner. It's going to be fascinating finale this year, no matter what, I believe. So let's talk about that. Moving on the Haddonfield side of the bracket, we have Black Christmas 2019 taking on Aqua Slash. Who is going to the finals?
Black Christmas is moving on. 68% of the vote.
Cincinnati Jeff is probably clapping and cheering or that. I swear, I think he's messing with these votes somehow. But all right, there it is. This is so interesting because we have the shittiest of shit indie movie going against a big budget release that was just horrendously reviewed and people hate
it.
So is it going to be really come down to which movie's worse or which one just left the worst taste in people's mouths? Is really what happened with Black Christmas.
That's a good point.
Because overall, production-wise and everything, Black Christmas is a better movie.
True, but it's because Black Christmas was 1974, 2014, I think.
Something around, yeah.
And those were pretty good.
Yeah, the first remake was pretty solid.
Yeah, they had good... Yeah,
and stuck to the originals.
Black Christmas has historical roots.
Yeah.
That inspired Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
This was like one of the very first slashers.
Yeah.
So to make this 2019 weirdo, feminine
manifesto
sorority
shit.
It was like, huh? Okay.
And totally got like just
went off the
abandoned
rails.
The original
went
story.
Off the rails.
Yeah. So I get the hate and it sucks. But man, I did not think it was gonna get past Don't Go in the Woods. I thought that was gonna.
I didn't either.
And Aqua Slash is a whole nother. I didn't think Aqua Slash and Party Night was, but I don't know. This was a fascinating year bracket. There are a lot of upsets that I did not see coming in this year's tournament. This one was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to see which one is crowned our worst of the worst this year. It's going to be interesting.
It'll be good.
It's going to be really exciting. Cincinnati Jeff, I know your votes will be coming in as soon as it's up, so just get ready.
Cincinnati Jeff from the Here Comes the Spooky podcast. Check him out.
Yes. All right, so with that way, before we get to the movie, of course, there's one more thing we got to do at the top of the episode. Oh, besides that, which sounds wonderful, we got to do our corporate sellout moment.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money,
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching.
All right. So, like I said, it is springtime now. Where the rain's coming, April showers bring May flowers and all that shit. And you know what else that brings? Weeds. And when you are in the market, if you're in the real estate market, buy a new house, it is time when you're selling your house, you want to get the most curb appeal for that house. And how you do that? You cut the fucking weeds down. You get that ivy. You make the house look good on the outside by getting the weeds, trimming them down. It makes the house look better and sometimes a little bigger. And that can be the same for your cock curb appeal. Get yourself
Cock curb appeal. I like
cock
this.
curb appeal.
So are you just like walking around flashing people like, hey, dude, you like what you see
You
here?
like it? Exactly.
Because Marcia,
See? Hey.
you got to get people arrested, brother. Come on.
Get that cock curb appeal with the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 male grooming experience, if you will. Get on there. It's a great little product. It reduces nicks and cuts. Very smooth shave. Comes with length guard, so if you don't want to go completely bare, you can leave a little of that grass on the field there in front of to give a nice looking.
That's what I
yard.
do.
But at least, but makes it look nice and even, like a baseball just field. So every nice little get those maybe get the old stripes going in there. You get different length. You can get those baseball field stripes,
like a foul line.
Yeah, like foul. No, not foul,
foul
but
lines.
like different levels. Like one's like a dark green, and there's a light green and a dark green, alternating.
Gotcha.
You can do that with the Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped.com, along with all the other wonderful products right now, like the Performance, the Premier Platinum package or whatever. We've got the 2-in-1. I'm stumbling here.
The 2-in-1 shampoo,
you,
conditioner. Take care of your hair. You got the body wash, which is awesome. You got the deodorant again, which is awesome. I use all this stuff. I think it's great.
I do.
Big fan.
There's a lot of stuff there. All your hygiene and grooming needs for the man are there. They also the scents smell good. It's nice and manly. The products work great. And we highly recommend you go there. You can go to manscaped.com, enter promo code Moongoon, that's MOONGOON, for 20% off your entire order, and you get free shipping anywhere in the country. And free shipping, which is huge right now, because I just talked about how shipping prices are through the fucking roof. But this will give you free shipping if you use promo code Moongoon at checkout on manscaped.com. All right. Now, with that out of the way, today's, like I said, movie is Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Before we start the movie, which here's a little background information. So it was released on July 28th of 1989. Written by Victor Miller and Rob Hedden. Really more Rob Hedden. Victor Miller just does credits for the original character of Jason and stuff like. Directed by Rob Hedden, who wrote 14 episodes of MacGyver, 4 episodes of Friday the 13th, the series, Knight Rider 2000, and he directed 2 episodes of Friday the 13th, the series, and 6 episodes of The Commish. And it's his directing on the series that actually led him to help get the job of directing this movie. This movie is a little harder to find than most. It is currently not on Amazon. You can get it on YouTube, Google Play, Vudu, Apple TV, Fubo TV. I always want to say Fubu. But
I know, right?
Fubo TV and Paramount Plus. And that's where we're watching it today, is on Paramount Plus.
Or you can own it, which I do as well.
Yeah.
There's tons of Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I own a Blu-ray, but right for watch, I'm just loading up and going. Cast, of course, Kane Hodder comes back as Jason. JJ's played by Saffron Henderson. She's got 121 credits. She went on to have a very successful voice acting career doing a lot of animated shows, video games, and anime. She did voices in X-Men Evolution, Punisher, where she was Black Widow, EverQuest 2, My Little Pony, Mobile Suit Gundam, Ghost in the Shell, Powerpuff Girls Z, Saints Row 2, and Inuyasha. I think I'm pronouncing it right for the
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. Thank you for the anime fan. She's been, and so much more. Then we have our lead girl, Rennie, played by Jensen Daggett, 26 credits. This was her very first acting role, or a major acting role. She's been on Will and Grace, Home Improvement, 21 Jump Street, and she was in Major League, Back to the Minors. So I think that was the third one in the series. Sean's played by Scott Reeves, 34 credits, mostly a soap opera guy, appearing numerous times on Nashville, General Hospital, Young and the Restless, and Days of Our Lives. And I think the last person I'm mentioning here is Eva, played by a very young and again first appearance of Miss Kelly Hu. She's got 139 credits. She is more famous for being in The Scorpion King, Vampire Diaries, and X2 X-Men United, where she played Lady Deathstrike. She was also on lots of TV shows, and she was on Arrow, where she was China White. Also has a successful voice acting career doing voices on animated movies and video games like Mortal Kombat 10 and 11, where she voices Devora, Sindel, and Frost.
Oh, nice.
She's been on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games and shows. She's been on Young Justice, Batman, Soul of the Dragon, Batman Arkham Origins, where she does Lady Shiva. She's been in Green Lantern, Emerald Knights, Batman Under the Hood, and was the voice of, I always mess up her name, but I love the character, Viserys Mar, in one of my all-time favorite video games, which was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. She was a dark fallen Jedi who was like kind of blind and could only see through the Force. Kind of very Daredevilish Jedi type thing.
Okay.
I love the character. She's very cool. But anyway, she's in that, and this was her first real movie acting appearance as well. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and start this up. We have the movie pause. We are right at the Paramount logo screen. The stars are flying to the mountain as we push play right now. There we go. And right off the bat, you hear the Jason.
But it's saying Jason.
Yes, it's not
it's like Jason.
It's not.
I don't.
It's J, son.
Don't like that.
I don't like it either. So right off the bat, like, what the fuck?
Right?
No. So with that said, we're gonna I'm kicking this off with a shitty beer for a shitty movie.
Bush.
Yeah. And then we start with a voiceover, and the Christ looks like something that should be like a LA 80s like thriller. It's like this almost neon it doesn't fit a Friday 13th horror movie.
So this movie, when I watched it last night, because it's been a while since I've seen it, when I'm watching, I'm like, this feels like I'm watching 80s TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder if the guy was a TV guy. And obviously, yep, he was a big TV guy. This was his first movie. Yeah, and I'm just like, a lot of this feels like shot like TV, a lot of the scenery, and I got a big 80s TV feel, big time.
I mean, we're just seeing all these back, dirty, filthy alleyways right now. I think it's a street gangs rule on graffiti. So generic. Not like, the name of the street gang, just street gangs rule.
Like you didn't even see that in Ninja Turtles.
No.
Which, honestly, watching this intro makes me think
it does make it
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's more Ninja Turtles, especially with that weird neon, almost like text on for the credits.
And then like the casual mugging. I punch you in the stomach and take your wallet.
Yeah, like the Foot Clan thugs.
Yeah.
I take your wallet, take the cash, and throw your wallet into a toxic waste.
And these
fucking oil drum just sitting here on the side of the street.
No, that's mutagen, right? That's
and then there's Splinter.
There's Splinter
just crawled right out of the mutagen right there.
What was the name of the mutagen company? It wasn't TGIF, but it was like T. Forget it. It's driving me nuts. Ugh. But yeah, I watched a little.
Does that lady have an eye patch?
She does.
I've never noticed that before, but there's a lady and a guy who has an eye patch. And that guy's trying not to look into the camera.
I know, he's trying his hardest.
He's like, are we on record? What?
Trying his hardest not to look into the camera. So I'm sure it's in your notes, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it. Like, a lot of this was shot in Vancouver.
Oh, everybody knows that. Yeah, it's in my notes. But yeah, almost all of a
lot of sets and stages.
It was Vancouver, except for like the B-roll, like Times Square and stuff like this.
Yeah,
this is all Vancouver.
Yeah.
Shot in Vancouver.
The guy shooting up in the alley.
Again, just makes us think that this is basically a Canadian movie, and our history with Canadian movies on this show and the shittiness that follows. So it goes hand in hand.
Well, those are Canadian-made movies.
That is true.
I do like the music.
Yeah, the music's not bad. I'll give it that.
Very 80s.
Yeah, very, yeah. Well, this is barely, this is 89, like July of 89. This is, which is weird. I guess it's Friday 13th, but you'd think they'd release it more towards Halloween or something, but.
Yeah,
it's not
summer blockbusters, though.
Yeah, he went for summer. So now we're back on Camp Crystal Lake here.
Plus, that might not be a bad move, because there's a lot of other horror movies you have to compete with around that time.
Yeah, but when you're Friday 13th, you'd think, fuck you guys. We're the big boys in town.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we cut to Crystal Lake. Camp Crystal Lake. And there's a...
Actually, it's Crystal Lake Camp, if you read the...
You're right, yeah.
It's Crystal Lake Camp.
But what kind of boat is that?
It's a houseboat.
I guess it is kind of a houseboat.
It's a houseboat. So we got JJ and her boyfriend making out on this houseboat, which, by the way, why would two 18-year-olds just have a whole houseboat? Who would give these kids a houseboat? It's like, here you go. Where are their parents? That's bad parenting.
Well, if they're 18, it could be like a send-off thing.
I guess, but still.
Like when I turned 18, I went to go visit my friend in Florida. All by myself, just flew down there. My parents were like, go ahead. I know it's not exactly the same, but it's like your first little taste of independence, you know. I could possibly see it.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, even at 18, I wouldn't give my kid a houseboat. Say, here you go, take the boat.
Plus, there's probably licensing issues.
Yes. So she takes off her top. We get a little bit of boob right there. A little bit. They're making out.
Just a taste.
Just a little taste. I think that's all we get for the rest of this movie.
I think so too. Yeah, as far as boobies are
Get a
concerned.
half-ass shot right there. A little half-ass.
That's a half-ass shot there, buddy. They didn't zoom in. They didn't pull back.
She's a cute girl. So anyway, the dude drops the anchor, which of course just perfectly pretty much lands on top of a giant power line that runs underneath the lake.
Why?
Yeah. It's not like this is running underneath an ocean or anything. You could run the power lines along the side of the lake. Why would this be under the lake?
And even if it is, I don't know about electric, like laying down cables. Don't they kind of still bury them?
Bury them, yes.
They don't just like throw it in. It's like, there you go.
And if it's not buried, it's like encased in like metal.
Right.
Like, so
right.
Shit like this doesn't happen.
It's just like a rubber casing.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
And we're getting the breakdown. Of
Yeah,
Jason
we get the old.
Voorhees.
Here,
He's in the bottom of the lake.
once again, we get the retell of Jason dead. He killed these people. Like, time into every movie, we get this. It seems like.
I get it. Jason Voorhees.
And this also pisses off. They fucking ruined Jason's lore right there. Right there. Because in the first movie, Jason's supposed to be like bald and deformed and kind of, you hate the word, but retarded. But the character was. But now when we see him, he's a perfectly normal kid with black hair, no deformities, just a kid.
Just a bad swimmer.
Just a bad swimmer, yeah. You know, maybe he didn't follow the 30-minute rule after you eat thing. He had a little hot dog and out there swam. And so they right in the first 5 minutes, they're just saying, fuck you, Friday the 13th floor. We're
So are you blaming the death rain that Jason had on a hot dog?
And then we go over under the water. The camera pans over. We see like Jason laying under
because at the end of number 7, he was left at the bottom of the lake when the father pulled him back down from the docks.
Right. So it's a broken.
But his
dock.
frozen body with his hands still up.
He looks like a fucking like fish tank decoration down there.
And the anchor hits the wire, sparking Jason back to life.
I love how it's only him that sparks. Like, okay, you get a few flashes, but that like the chain going up to the boat, if that's the case, should be sparking. And what color electricity is that? It would. I'm not going to hit the button because everybody hates it now, but it's blue lightning.
Everyone does hate it.
Well, as far as we know, only one person hates it.
Do.
Oh, well, you.
She looks so bored.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason's
gone,
gone, so, you know, he's... And what's with the laugh?
Yeah, like, who's...
Oh, man. So this is a different type of Jason than from the other movies, in the sense that he's always wet.
Yeah, he's always wet.
Always just dripping water, soggy, you know, waterlogged.
Perpetually wet, just all the time.
Waterlogged Jason.
Also, I still don't understand. Like, I'm trying to remember 7 because we did that as a watch along too. Yes, I remember at the end of 7, the father comes back to life as a zombie. Apparently, and pulls Jason back down.
Pulls Jason down.
But he wasn't wearing all those chains. Like, that's like more like the ending of part 6, where he
did jump up with chains.
Did he?
Yes.
I thought he just jumped up and.
No, he had chains.
He had the chains. Yeah. All right. And you also make the argument that, again, because I commented on, and this guy comes with like the Roy Burns mask, it looks like, but it's not. It's not the Roy Burns, but anyway, the boyfriend jump scares the girlfriend, fake stabs her with a knife and a hockey mask on.
He's like, waka waka, I got you.
But it's like the actual Jason mask. Like, it's the legit, it's got the axe, this broken piece at the top with the axe hit, and one of them. It's like, where did he get Jason's mask from? Like, the real deal. Like, why would he have that?
eBay.
And Jason comes in. Oh, there it is. I'll take my mask back and go kill.
So I do like that he just didn't come back with a mask on. You know, he had to go through the process of getting a mask again because it's split in number 7.
That's right, he did. So that means somebody out there in this universe marketed off of Jason and made a replica Jason mask to sell in a store, which this guy would have had to have bought and brought on this cruise, this little love outing, just to
get a cheap scare.
A cheap scare, yeah.
Sounds about right.
And where did the machete come from? Did he have that with him down there? Oh wait, that's not machete. This is the harpoon gun.
Yep.
I forgot.
He looks good.
He looks fine.
But he's a little rusty.
He is a little rusty here. He aims a harpoon gun, which has like a little 3-prong harpoon on it. Shoots, and he misses.
Should he use both hands?
Yeah.
He can hold it like a rifle. He's extending it like a handgun.
Yeah. The boyfriend just sits there like a dumbass while the girl flees out the window, and he gets stabbed in his stomach for it.
With the harpoon gun.
With the harpoon gun.
I always thought when he pulled back it was intestines on there.
Yeah, the very first time I did too. But
it's the rubber tubing, but I think they did that intentionally. Like, ooh, it can be mistaken as that because this is also another Friday the 13th movie that's very
tame.
Yes, with the kills.
Yeah,
and you know what? They feel like hardcore TV kills. They do these tricks where they like zoom in really quick on the say they're gonna stab somebody, and they zoom in really quick, and you see the knife go in just for a split second, and then they pull back. Yeah. So it's like you see it happen, but they're like, ah.
This was one of the kills that always stood off me when I first saw this as a kid. Because it's really nothing to it, but it's one that always stood off me because it would be terrifying to have to live through. If that makes sense. Because this is one of my the scariest kills to me when I was a kid. So basically, the girl goes and hides in one of the little under bow compartments where you normally keep life preservers or extra rope or buoys, and she's hiding underneath this hatch while Jason's walking around looking for her. And he opens the hatch and finds her all curled up in a ball down there, and she's like, no, and then he just slowly lowers the harpoon down towards him and just
yeah, this is he takes his sweet time with this one.
And that's what makes it because her performance is like you see this come, there's no escape, there's nothing you can do. You're gonna die, and then there it is. And for some, that one always stuck out with me so much in this movie and some other movies was that kill. And it's not that gory or gross. It's just, I guess, the real life possibility of that happening is what makes it scary to me.
I am surprised she didn't even grab it because it does show it right above her chest, and then it plunges forward, just fight with it a little bit.
That is true. That should have happened.
All right, so. We come to the students getting ready to go on their cruise, and are they in the Arklay Mountains?
Yes! What? Oh my God, that's another big thing. Okay, first of all, the lake, Crystal Lake we just saw, again, from number 7, I remember commenting on, it's basically Crystal Pond. There's it's a tiny little thing. This one now is suddenly massive lake. Now, they might as well just be on the fucking, Oregon coastline or something, because they're suddenly on an ocean, pier. With a giant fucking cruise ship.
With the mountains in the background.
Mountains in the background. Yeah.
And evergreens. This has got to be
I don't
Canada.
think there's mountains in New Jersey.
Right.
I could be wrong. I've never been to New Jersey. But I don't think there's mountains in New Jersey. New Jersey listeners, if there are, let me know. I apologize. But I don't think there are. And there's something on the coastline. And this giant. And here comes the houseboat just floating up to the.
Aimlessly floating. Yeah. And then the Doomsayer.
And this cruise ship, we'll call it a cruise ship. It's basically just a giant fishing boat or cargo boat.
Does he see this and go, oh, I know that's Jason. I recognize that type of boat.
He just sees it oh, I'm out.
And he freaks out. It makes no sense.
Nothing makes, yeah.
Oh, so we're going to meet this guy. Charles. Of course, Charles. He's great.
He is.
He is such a dick in this.
I don't think he's that much of a dick at times. When I was watching it the other night, I was like, he's supposed to be a dick. They make him he's supposed to be the stuffy dick, but I'm like, he's really not. He's just kind of.
That means you're getting older.
When you start sympathizing with the old stuffy guys,
right? You're getting a little too old.
Like, he's being pretty reasonable. He's just doing his job. But yeah, so I guess the principal, dean, or whatever of this, I guess, high school, because it's a graduating class, is chaperoning this cruise. And so is, I guess, this woman who's a teacher.
Look at those giant mountains.
I know. It's like the fucking Rockies back there. Like, where is this? How is this
it's got to be Canada.
Yo, this is definitely Vancouver or some Canada. That ain't New Jersey. Look at all those pine trees. The pine tree. I just expect to see Bigfoot wandering behind the camera. Going, oh. So this blonde woman, I don't understand. I guess she's a teacher. I don't really understand her role, but apparently she's a teacher. But the principal guy is also Rennie's, our main girl's uncle and legal
guardian uncle.
Yeah. And he's not happy she's here because we find out later that apparently I guess she has some kind of fear of water.
Some phobia, some fear of
aquaphobia
water.
Or something like that. Hydrophobia. I don't know. And now we meet the admiral. No, he's not a fucking admiral. This isn't the Navy. He's a fucking fishing boat captain, not a goddamn admiral. And anyway, his son, he's making the new captain of the ship who has. It's like putting a 5-year-old in charge. He doesn't know what the shit he's doing.
Yeah, he's 18.
Just because he's 18 doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, they're totally implying that he grew up like with him doing things, so I'm sure he's learned some things.
He apparently doesn't because his first scene fucks up. They're like, you might want to blow the whistle and warn people and do the emergency. He's like, nope, just hit the gas and turn it around.
I do like the other guy, his buddy, doesn't do anything through the whole movie. I think he has like one line.
Yeah.
I will say this movie does have a lot of fodder.
Yeah, there is a lot of fodder in this movie.
And there was some fodder that just got wasted, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But when you first see all the people on there and all the people dancing and all the different students, you're like, okay, this is going to be a real high
and the
body
back
count.
like when they pull up in the parking lot and they're loading, there's all these kids and like, oh, that's a lot. But then it feels like a lot of them just you never see. Like they don't get like they just disappear, never to be seen again. They don't get kills. They're there and then they're just gone. Like which makes zero sense. Like why?
Well, they kind of explain it later.
I don't remember. I might. That yellow camera that's dangling on his friend's wrist, we actually had that same water camera back in like the 80s, 90s.
So here's a rare appearance of Jason in
the daytime. Yes.
Yeah.
So also, why is he? So basically, here's what Jason, I guess, drifts along on the houseboat, just drifting with the waves, the current, wherever the current takes him. And then, I guess, jumps overboard and swims to the cruise ship. And pulls himself like Steven Seagal under siege to pulls himself up on like a rope to get onto the boat. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Come on.
It's so
weird. This is so dumb. And the name of the boat is Lazarus, so that's appropriate, I guess, for a guy who keeps coming back from the dead. Yeah. But I love they just repersoned a fucking cruise, like a fishing boat or cargo ship for a cruise. Yeah, like half like that guy, that blonde girl, all these kids dance around. You never see them. They don't get killed off. They're just gone. You never see them. Awkward makeout scene.
Yep, don't see them either.
Yep, there's gone. So, but the cruise ship sets off, and the point is that they're gonna cruise from Crystal Lake to fucking Manhattan.
So is it supposed to be Crystal Lake?
Yes.
Is that what they said?
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
It's supposed to be Crystal Lake.
I just saw the boat show up, and
the houseboat had to have gotten from Crystal Lake.
That I agree
here.
with. That I agree with.
So that means this has to be Crystal Lake.
Yeah, it can't.
Which
that's
quadrupled in size.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's the whole point. Well, it doesn't make sense.
No, I don't think this is Crystal Lake. I think Crystal Lake, it took a road trip over the ground, kind of like a muck train. You know, the houseboat.
The houseboat took a trip over land.
Pulled in a muck train, went over land, and then got into the water, and then just drifted in this area. That's what it was.
I love the muck train theory because that's probably a theory that's never been applied to this movie before.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Because this is clearly not like this is the fucking ocean they're in. But there's apparently we're supposed to believe that they cruise from Crystal Lake to Manhattan, from New Jersey to New York, from a lake that doesn't have it's a lake. There's no connecting to the fucking Delaware or Hudson River or the ocean. How the hell are they going to get from a lake to the ocean or river to Manhattan. It's the stupidest thing. It's so insulting. Anyway, we have the cliche video nerd of the group. We walk around this video camera.
I like the rocker chick,
The rocker chick's cool, and she's up here wearing on this sweet guitar axe on the top.
Is that what they call it, guitar axes?
Guitar axe, her sweet axe. And she's rocking out for the camera. Like, look at that hair, that feathered, crazy 80s, early 90s rocker hair.
I kind of love it.
Do too.
The guy filming gives me almost like nerdy young Quentin Tarantino vibes.
I was gonna say nerdy young Corey Feldman. Maybe not Feldman. Not Feldman. Shit. Who? Fuck. I don't know. But I don't remember who I was thinking of. But yeah, nerdy. Yeah, I like the rocket chick. She's gone too soon.
Yeah, I agree.
This is like her only scene, and she's like, "Hey, meet me down in like the boiler room or the engine room because there's this sweet video shots down there. It'll make an awesome video." And she's talking about how the blonde girl.
Yeah,
is like,
they're buds, and they're like, she's like, "Hey, don't worry about that blonde chick. She's just going to use it." He's like, "Yeah, but she's sexy."
Yeah.
So it almost makes you think that these two are going to hook up at some point.
You would think, yeah, it does
like,
kind of lead that, yeah.
That classic cliche kind of hookup thing.
Yeah, I like the rocket chick, man. I dig her look. She's like a decent character. I wish she was around more.
And there's Soggy Jason. There's a ton of foot shots.
Yeah.
So many foot shots in this movie.
You should be happy, but too bad their shoes are.
They're all in boots, and it's his gross feet. So no. But there's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Jason Boots.
Okay,
that's weird.
Jason Boots and Jason Boots and Jason Boots.
I was wondering how long you're going to go with that.
All right, so we got Charles and Rennie having a little conversation.
He's
about,
like, "Hey, I can
still be here," but she's like, "No, the teacher didn't force me here. I decided to do this, and
I want to face my fears."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Maybe you shouldn't." And you find out why he's kind of hinting at that later on, of course.
I won't remember that part. Again, I started watching this the other day, but I fell asleep. Not a good sign. But I tried to prepare, and I just dozed off. So anyway, back to JJ, the rocker chick. No, not J. Yeah, this is JJ. No,
rocker chick.
Rocker chick.
I don't know anybody's name.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't know.
rocker chick.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Where's my? Here.
Thank you, Rock.
There we go. Yeah, but rocker chick, she's down there wailing away on her guitar in the engine bowels of the ship.
But
Great acoustic.
I do like that she has an amp with her that plays a tape, so it
Yeah.
covers the nonsense of the drums and the
Yes.
singing and all that stuff, and she's just playing along with it.
Yeah, I thought that too. I was like, oh wait, it's a tape amp. And here comes Jason down the stairs.
Ever
behind
so
her.
slowly
So,
walking
well,
down.
look how he
Yes,
probably
Steve.
has to because those are
Gotta be
steep stairs.
careful. Can't fall.
He can't look down. She turns around, sees him, screams. The deckhand hears her
The
from.
doomsayer deckhand
Yeah.
is like, "Oh no, it's begun."
Now here you go. Jason's behind her. He drops her guitar. She runs
she
down
drops
like
her
3
guitar.
more flights of stairs, and bam, there's Jason who
With the guitar.
With the guitar, hits her in the face with it, killing her.
Ugh.
She's dead. Again, this movie is the worst offender of teleporting Jason ever.
So ridiculous.
This movie, when I was a kid,
it gets so bad I think they even make a joke about it.
I don't, maybe later, but yeah, this movie is the worst about it. I remember as a kid when I saw it the first time, I started making jokes about this movie and how stupid Jason's teleporting was because of this movie. And for a scene that happens when they finally get to New York, that's the worst ever because he teleports like 3 blocks.
He's like
up to a
fucking
top of a
Nightcrawler.
building.
Yeah.
It's egregious how bad it is in this movie.
Like, and they don't even try
No.
to explain it in any way, shape, or form.
They have 0 fucks to give. They do not give a shit.
They don't, man. They don't care. They're just like, yeah, he shows up.
Yeah, he's just there.
Oh yeah, he's not. We can't afford him. He's there. He's there.
He's just
Yeah.
there.
He just shows up.
So this is another thing that makes 0 sense about this movie. So the girl, we're back to Rennie in her cabin, and she turns to look out the porthole, and she suddenly starts having visions of kid Jason drowning, who she sees like because the portal fills up with water, and it's like green water, and the kid's like drowning on the other side, and she's watching this. So like, why is she having like this psychic weird connection of Jason as a kid drowning?
So
what the fuck?
And this would mean it's the second Friday 13th movie in a row where our main character
has some kind of power,
has some kind of mental power. One
Yeah.
has telekinesis in number 7, and one has, I guess, like psychic visions.
Yeah.
It's 2 movies in a row.
Yeah, and at least the other one, like, it made, I don't know, the other one made more sense because it was just like her own power doing her
sure,
thing.
yeah.
Here, it's like, why is she having visions of baby Jason or young Jason? There's no link to these two. Like, it's
You must have fallen
nonsense.
asleep when everything was explained.
I guess.
Because there is a link.
All right. Is she
this
Jason's long-lost sister?
This is where we see the boxing scene, and the guy in green just doesn't know how to stop a punch or block or move.
No.
He just stands there and gets punched over and over and over
Yep.
and over. And I'm like, there's so much brain damage happening here. And these are high schoolers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hitting them hard. I mean, it looks like he's hitting them hard. When he gets knocked out, he gets knocked the fuck out. Boom!
Bam!
And just drops. Doesn't, like, out cold. All the buddies are cheering. No teachers
Tell
around.
me that guy, at least with the headgear on, doesn't kind of look like Demon from Part 5.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
I just want him to say something like, damn, I gotta go eat an enchilada now or something. I just would like them to say.
Because no, don't do that. He's just gonna go in that shit house. It's gross.
But here's the blonde girl and young Kelly Hu. Kelly Hu is a pretty girl.
Yeah, she's cute. And then here's the mute deckhand.
Yeah, is he
doesn't-
actually, because he just comes up.
No,
smiles.
he doesn't say a word to the whole thing. He's
Yeah.
like showing twice. He's like, hi.
Pretty smile though. Yeah, look at my pretty teeth.
He looks like an Arrow shirt
I
model.
love the 80s look that Kelly Hu's with, like the weird backwards suspenders.
Yeah, I like that. Or maybe a River Phoenix vibe I'm getting from this guy. Remember River Phoenix?
I remember River Phoenix.
For those of you who don't know River Phoenix, he was young Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
In the beginning, that intro part.
And remember, young ones probably don't even know who that is. That movie is probably filmed before their time too.
But people have seen it, I'm sure.
He was a younger actor who died in the, I think it was the Viper Room or something like that. It was a big deal at the time. So now we cut to blonde chick doing some fat lines.
Well, she's got to cut it up first.
Yeah.
And this is a total like 80s PSA. It's like, come on, do drugs. No thanks. Oh, come on, don't be chicken.
Is she wearing a Shriner's pin on her suspender?
What?
Look at her. There's a pin on her suspender. It looks like the Shriner's symbol.
Okay.
Right there.
I
Oh,
see.
no, I see. No, it's
Yeah.
not. But I see. Yeah, I could see why I think that now. But
I do like this part. She gets caught red-handed holding a mirror with Coke. It's like, you see my dog? No. And then she's polite enough to offer her some drugs. She's like, hey, you caught us. You want some? It makes me think she's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because if she was a true 80s bad girl, she's like, get the fuck out of here with your stupid dog.
Yeah. I always did find it funny why she brought her dog with her.
Yeah, that's a
weird, like,
it's a bad move.
Yeah, why would you bring your dog on this trip? And there's Wet Jason.
Is this the start of emotional support dogs?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was wondering. Like, is this an emotional support dog? Because it doesn't have like the what do they call it? It's not like the Seeing Eye dog. It doesn't have like the handle. It's not a Seeing Eye dog.
Like the worker vest.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not the worker vest.
Well, this was also 89. Maybe the bandana's like, I'm at work. Can't
Yeah,
you tell?
I'm at
Look
work.
at my bandana.
because no other dogs ever wear a bandana before.
Uh-oh, Charles.
Charles. It's you and me, then, Charles. No, it's you and them. That's my really bad Magneto impression.
That was pretty bad. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
At all. Until you
Yeah.
said Magneto. I was like, what is he saying?
Yeah.
Should have been like, it's girl talk, Charles. It's girl talk.
I'll be coming around to your stateroom in exactly 15 minutes, Miss Mason.
I mean, that sounds like a booty call.
Let me come to your stateroom.
I'm going to be coming to your room in 15 minutes. You better be ready with your biology project. It's like, yeah, it sounds like you're going
right.
to pork her.
When he says that, yeah, I didn't think about it, but you're right. See, I was like, he's not yelling at him. He's being very reasonable. He's like,
He sucks. Being reasonable, man, you would have like, you'd be the worst on like a teenage cruise. We all graduate. Woo, let's party. You just make sure they don't die. That's your job. Just make sure they don't die or do anything too crazy. But they're like, I want to see your project. It's like, what? Aren't they supposed to be graduates?
That is a good point. Like, why? Yeah, if they're supposed to have graduated already, she shouldn't be needing to show and turn in a
right. And this
project.
is a vacation. Why would they bring homework with them? That doesn't make.
Well, if it's school sponsored, like I don't know, study abroad, they still do work over there.
Well, sure, but this is a part. This is
no, I get you right. This
a party cruise.
You would make a point. Yeah, there should not be homework involved. And if it's a graduation tour, that then means
definitely shouldn't.
That
be.
implies they've already graduated.
It even says on their little when they get parts like congratulations,
graduates or grads. Yeah, so they've already graduated. There should be no.
They've already fucked that up.
So anyway, we had some dude in the sauna.
It's the guy who got knocked out.
Oh, knocked out dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. As wet Jason comes in. This is a pretty good kill, though. I guess this is a unique kill.
Nice fight, Julius. Guess I need to work on my left-right-left combo.
No, you need to work on defense, asshole. Gotta learn how to take your head off the center line. Put your hands up. Jesus.
So Jason just grabs one of these burning hot rocks, sauna rocks. Like it ain't no
That's
thing.
the old school style, yeah.
Old school sauna. He just goes over to the guy who's got a towel over his head, can't see, and then plunges the burning hot rock into the guy's stomach.
And like a little bit of flame
Yeah,
comes
a little
out.
fire comes out. Like that's brutal.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the more unique kills. Although it is weird, like when you see him put it in originally, it's like right over his belly button. But in this post-kill scene, the wound's like up more on his sternum. See?
Yeah,
it's up higher.
I see what you mean. Again, small gripe, small nit.
Small nip.
Still a great kill.
Yeah, it's a great, very unique, good kill on that one.
They must go the same hairstylist. Just one has longer
Yeah,
hair than the other.
they do the exact, pretty much exact same hair.
Gross, like weird perm hair. Like not quite tight perm, loose, floppy perm.
So bitch blonde girl comes up and just knocks Rennie off overboard.
But there is no safety rail.
Exactly.
It's just flat deck. And she just goes flying off the edge.
Yeah. Not even like a chain rail or guard.
Nothing,
Just
nothing.
here's a giant open space and she just knocks her overboard.
Like how close was she standing to the edge? Because she barely nudged it.
Yeah. While she's flaying around in the water. Oh, we get again. She dunks underneath the
She
water.
gets pulled under by
by Jason.
Kid Jason. And here he kind of has the face all fucked up.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, look, he's all weird
He's
looking.
just making. He's like. He's squinted his face up. He's not deformed in any way.
No. It's a little funky looking.
No. Anyway, here Sean jumps in to save her. And one thing I forgot to mention at the top of the show, which because I haven't been plugging it very much lately, I completely. But I do want to remind you guys out there that if you ever want to have a suggestion, a movie suggestion for us, or if a comment, or you want to get just tell us how much we suck or anything like that, you can call the Horrible Horror Hotline, which is 740-478-2548 or 4704-SUCK-IT. So, yeah. I'm going to get that back up there.
So she just fell overboard,
Mm-hmm.
kind of had a rough experience, and it's like, okay, we're cool. Don't
She looks
worry.
like she's a drunk sorority girl right now. Like,
Hold my hair.
hold my hair back.
No kidding. You ever thought about taking lessons? It's not that simple.
Yeah, this lady, I gotta admit, calms the situation down real fast.
I just don't understand what her relationship is with her. Other than
She's a teacher. She's just a teacher who is hot for her.
Maybe she's lesbian. She's trying to turn to her.
She got the same type of haircut. She's buying her presents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, Charles runs up, gets angry and worried.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, the
Which I
doomsayer.
get it. Charles, again, is just like, this is why she shouldn't. He's being protective of his niece. But yeah, we get the doomsayer deckhand guy who just works here.
You're all doomed. You're all gonna
You're
die.
all gonna die.
Because I don't know what. There's no explanation.
You notice the doomsayers never say we're all gonna die. It's
That's true.
Because he's on this boat too.
Right?
Shouldn't it be like, we're all fucked. We're all
Right.
gonna die. No, it's like,
Oh,
you
now
are
there's
gonna die.
blood coming
Yes!
out of the sink.
So she goes to the bathroom. Now there's blood coming out of the faucet instead
I
of
forgot
water.
about that.
She screams, looks up in the mirror, which turns to water as baby Jason reaches
That's
out.
deformed.
Now he's got a deformed eye.
He had deformity before.
Now, one little deformed eye. The first one we saw, the very first one where he's in the water.
Yeah, the very
nothing.
first one.
Nothing.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But again, he's barely deformed, full head of black hair, nothing like original Jason. She falls away, he disappears, and the mirror's back to normal.
So is this psychic connection or haunting? See, I'm thinking it's more psychic because no one else gets haunted.
It's
no
not
one else.
haunting.
No one else sees him. No one else has the oogie boogies.
Also, if it was a haunt, like Jason's not dead, so it couldn't be a haunting anyway.
One of the biggest gripes of this movie.
So we're back in the blonde girl's cabin where Charles comes in for her biology assignment, and she offers some champagne.
And she's wearing a silk robe.
Which she's 18, so she shouldn't have champagne anyway.
Stepping off the ship until we return home.
See, he's just doing his job. He's Punisher, but now he's like, oh, hey there, Charles. Hey there.
She's showing off her biology.
Her biology project is just some squigglies I wrote on my body.
I do love this stuff. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, it's hot in here. Oh, my.
Hot in here.
She does have a nice butt.
She does have a nice ass. Great. A little stomach rib cage and a little arrow stomach point out to the vagina, apparently. I don't know. But,
well, if it's stomach, where do the contents of the stomach usually go?
The vagina, apparently. According to her biology, but according to that arrow. According to that arrow that she drew on herself, it goes right to the vagina.
That's got to be a dirty hole. Yeesh.
So here comes the camera guy filming her on top of the making out with the professor.
He's not stopping it.
Yeah, but he's also like, yeah, he does. He's stopping it.
But he took a sweet time. He's like, okay, let me enjoy this for a little bit. Now I'll stop.
But he has a point. Especially if there's video evidence, you can clearly see that she's the aggressor, and he does stop it.
All you gotta do is just edit it. I mean, because he was laying there for a good couple seconds.
But his hands were like off of her.
He kind of slapped her butt a little bit.
He did not slap her ass.
Not like wow, but like he got a little feel. He got a little feel. He didn't do the pow. He didn't do that.
So basically, you're gonna blackmail Charles now to get out of the biology report or whatever.
That is, you're committed to not doing that biology report.
Just do a biology report. It's not that hard.
That's true. I'm thinking why she did this because he didn't say, I caught you with drugs, I'm going to call the cops or whoever. It was like, your biology report. And she's like, nope, now I'm going to blackmail you with seduction.
Exactly. It's not like you caught me with drugs. That's a big deal. It's like, this is all over apparently a biology report. That is an extreme overreaction.
It's pretty. I never thought of it, but boy, that is really flawed.
That's so sweet.
And this is when
our
nerd confesses his I really had a major crush on you.
I have a major crush on you. Yeah, I think you're swell. And she's like, yeah,
she's like,
get out. At least the guy should glass of champagne out of it. I gotta say though, when you were 18, did you even like champagne?
I liked any alcohol.
That was my next question. Or did you drink just because it was alcohol?
Just because it was alcohol.
So now, of course, the storm rolls in, and look at them, they're in the fucking ocean.
Well, yeah, they're in the ocean. They talk. I think you're wrong. I think you might have missed something. They were talking about being on the ocean. They're not in Camp Crystal Lake.
All right.
Starting off.
Fine, but still, Crystal Lake doesn't have rivers.
No, exactly. That's been one of the biggest gripes about this movie since its inception. And
so we're back to blonde girl, whatever her name is.
She's got to wash the old man stank off her.
Yeah, she got off her little
biology
report on all the shower. In comes wet Jason.
Again, this type of shot feels very TV,
Also very overused. It's like
a lot
the hand opening the door. So like, come on, how many times?
Yeah, and
I do like this
shots.
shot though. I do like she peeks out and sees him. She's like, oh shit.
She's like, what the fuck?
Well, I wouldn't stand right next to the door. Put my ear to it. I'd be like,
how do I get out of this room?
Yeah, what do I do?
I don't think she can, but
Yeah, but don't stand right next to the door. Maybe stand off to the side of it. For that exact reason, because he breaks through it and just grabs her.
Shoves her forward.
Oh, we got slight tits as she
smashes her head into the mirror.
Well, she ran her own head into the mirror. She tried to get away. The robe came off and she smashed herself into the mirror. Jason punches it, takes glass from it. Again, she could be running out the door at this point.
Let me find the right piece. There we go. And this takes forever.
She should be running out the door, but no, she just curls up in a corner with a towel over her and cries instead of running.
Again, that's why it feels so TV, because it's drawn out. Oh my God.
And here comes Jason with the glass and strikes down, but you don't see it. Again, it cut away to the air horn blowing.
Feeling TV.
Yeah.
Feeling TV.
Yep. Now we're back to the deck, the bridge, I should say.
The bridge, yeah.
The bridge with the Admiral. Fucking Admiral, my ass.
Why are you so butthurt by that?
I don't know, because
you
it's
get
so
butthurt by the weirdest
and why
things.
are there like a wall of weapons? There's like machetes, another harpoon gun, or a giant spear. Like, what is going on in this ship?
Oh, and of course they gotta like give you a little bit of an emotional attachment to the first mate.
The skipper, the first, yeah.
My boy's 19 months old.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
That's a
home to him.
great age. You know he's fucked.
Yeah. I laugh at Admiral because it's just so over the top. Like this isn't Navy. He's just a captain of a fucking.
What if he
cruise ship.
was an admiral, retired, and then he does these, but he's still technically an admiral. You know, he still carries he's retired, but he still goes on trips, and out of respect, people call him admiral.
Now that is a possibility. He is older. I guess that is a possibility, but they really make no reference. They don't really like that.
Poke in the butt.
Poke in the butt. He does. It looks like he stabs him in the ass with the spear gun or the spear thingy.
And that's got to be one of the weakest kills.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Like
he just pokes him in the butt.
Poke you in the butt. Here comes Admiral, sees dead body. Like, oh my God.
That ass would be mangled.
Oh yeah, it would be. And look at this spear. It's way up in that high back. There's no way he didn't stab him back.
This is the weakest throat slit.
Slow motion.
So weak.
And did he just do it with the back of the blade?
Yes.
The part of the machine that has no
lifts
edge?
up and there's no blood. And he just lifts up a little bit and then done.
But he slits his throat with the
sure
dull
looks like the
edge of the
blade.
blade.
Sure looks like the dull edge, yeah.
It's the dull edge. I don't even know what's going on with these two now. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, it's like forbidden love. Because Charles wants him to stay away, and he's like...
So Jason takes time to prop up the Admiral.
Like
he's the prankster. Like, haha, I'm going to prop this guy up to fuck with you.
They're going to think he's alive for just a few seconds.
Just a second.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
There's no way he would stay up that long on a rickety... Look at much of that ship's rocking. He wouldn't be standing up that long.
This guy. The guy who has no lines. Oh, he does vocalize. Shh, shh. Yeah, those three guys, aside from Jules, you never see them.
Yeah. This is emergency. I'll come to the bridge, please. This is emergency. He sounds so urgent. So.
This is the motor. That's the Lazarus.
Maybe Jules is like demons.
Maybe it's Reggie the Reckless. Well, there's a theory that Reggie the Reckless was Duke, the bounty hunter Duke from number 9. And he's been hunting Jason. I guess he just didn't think Reggie the Reckless was a tough enough name for a bounty hunter.
I don't know. Reggie the Reckless is pretty good.
Pretty good,
better
yeah.
than Duke.
Well, Reggie the Reckless is good for like a running back, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, Jason rips out the wires to the antenna.
Of course, because he's like, "What? Communications? Nope."
Nope.
He's
Don't
pretty
do that.
advanced. He's thinking way ahead.
Yeah. So Charles shows up. They all find the bodies in the bridge.
Doomsayer shows up.
You're all gonna die.
I think that's all this guy says. The whole movie is just, you're gonna die. Oh, God.
He's come back for you.
He looks like an alcoholic Alexi. Friend of the show. He's on our Reanimator episode. Check it out. Check out the archives.
But again, he says you're all gonna die. Like the Doomsayers think they're safe from the red murdering man in the mask. Like, you ain't gonna get me, but you're dead.
Spouting off about Jason ever since you came aboard. And it's no coincidence.
That doesn't prove that he's the one.
Walking corpses are not real.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
I say
He does kind of look like him a little bit.
find this motherfucker before he finds us, huh?
Are you with me? Watch your mouth, young man.
I do like this line.
Such thing. I'm in charge here.
School is out. Yeah.
In which case, again, biology port shouldn't matter. Just gotta go back to that.
I'd be like, Jules.
The guy, the blonde guy, always says, "Shh, don't." Does he kind of look like kind of look like that ass bag Logan Paul to you?
I mean, kinda. Yeah, I can see that.
Jason's just up there watching people walk by in the rain,
Getting wet.
getting wet.
Staying soggy.
So Rennie finds the anchor, decides it's a good idea to drop anchor, which is so stupid.
So I looked it up because I was curious, because I don't know anything about ships or anything like that. And there are times when you do drop anchor in storm, but it's usually like a special type of anchor that can help like keep you in certain positions and ride out storms. So there is some logic to it.
Yeah, but I don't think this has anything to do with the storm. I think this was everybody's dead. We got to stop the ship. They should.
Oh no, it has to do with the storm.
I didn't think it had to do with the
Yeah.
storm. I thought if anything they should be speeding. I'm like, we gotta get to shore and get the fuck off this
Right,
boat.
right.
Not let's stop the boat. Now we get the fake scare.
It's taking forever. Charles is not in charge. He's losing it here. Charles in charge? Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, I
No?
got it. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Not amused.
I was trying to. Thank you, Charles. See, dropping a storm in an anchor.
That's why I had to
Dropping
look it
anchor
up.
in a
That's
storm?
why I had to look it up. I'm like, hold on, Charles. Are you a captain? Have you grown up around boats? I don't think you have. Let's check it out.
But he is an educated man.
True.
I don't mind Charles. He's just doing his best to try to keep control of the situation. He's doing his job, and he's looking out for his niece. And why is there like ectoplasma
Right?
coming off the door?
I know.
So Kelly Hu finds dead blonde chick, and she runs out of the room. Oh, and there's wet Jason staring at her, and she takes off running. She's got like the best outfit though, like such a great
Very
80s
80s,
outfit.
yeah.
I love that outfit.
It runs away upstairs, and it's like these pathways are so narrow
Yeah.
and
But she runs,
linear. Like
Yeah.
there's no deviation.
and she
You
runs
have to
like
go.
the nightclub, which this is stupid. I hate this. She goes onto the dance floor and just stands there spinning around. She doesn't run for another door. She doesn't try to hide. She just stands there and spins like a fucking idiot. I hate this so much. And in comes Jason. Bam.
All right,
now she's like,
this is where I think they almost joke about the teleportation. All right, she goes for a door, goes for another, like a closet,
yeah.
and let me go back to the dance floor. Now,
And now
and
Jason,
he's over there.
I know. And she looks to her left, and now he's over
over
there.
there.
And he looks to his left,
Now she leaves,
and he's over there. There's like 3 Jasons now, apparently.
and they all just keep hopping in
Apparently
complete
he's
different
also
directions.
like multiple man. He can make copies of himself. Yeah, it's so bad. And then he just disappears. So he's got the powers of Nightcrawler, Invisible Woman, and Multiple Man in this movie.
It's good powers.
Yeah, this is quite the trifecta to have.
Right.
He's just gone. Oh, there he is. He pops right up and strangles her. What a lame ass fucking death.
Well, he throttles her down, and he's like, you know what? Maybe this is kind of lame. We're coming back up. Here we go.
Coming back up.
Then he lifts her off and sticks her head against the ceiling, which I kind of liked. I mean, it's a low ceiling, but it's a good
very
effect.
low ceiling.
But it's a good effect.
But he's still just strangling her. And the makeup on his one exposed arm looks bad. It looks
Pretty
like
bad.
he's wearing this. You can tell he's just wearing like almost like a rubbery sleeve or something.
Like the effects in this, it doesn't look that good.
No.
Yeah, it looks pretty weak.
So Jules,
You can tell the guy who did the special effects was not a Tom Savini student.
Yeah. So Jules, Logan Paul, and Nerd Guy and others apparently find a bunch of weapons. Apparently there's a shotgun on board.
Well, they did show the skeet shooting.
Oh, that's right. They did show skeet shooting.
So there's a couple of skeet guns.
All right, fair enough.
That's why they're the long, clumsy guns, because they're skeet shooting guns. Yeah,
fair enough. I did forget about that. I love how this guy still has his video camera in one hand and a shotgun in the other.
Hey man, you gotta document this.
Like he's gonna be able to shoot that shotgun with any accuracy while holding a video camera up, trying to.
Do you need much accuracy with a shotgun?
Yeah, because the blowback on that shit's gonna fucking blow your arm off. He ain't gonna hit shit with
You
that.
gotta just point in the general direction and pull the trigger.
You still gotta control. You pull the trigger, it's going straight up in the air.
Put
So
it on
he
your
tucks
hip.
it underneath his armpit. Like that's gonna do any better. This guy's just begging to die. This is such an idiot.
I gotta say though, he keeps it kind of controlled.
This is so stupid. Oh, the steam blast takes off his glasses. That old chestnut. Now he doesn't have his glasses, so he can't
but he
see.
He doesn't lose his cool. He's just like, okay, you're in trouble. Calm down. He keeps it together pretty well.
Can't see. It's a little blurry, dude. I can see. And he shoots.
It looks like he hit his target. Didn't have any problems.
Anyway, he obviously shoots the wrong person because he can't see.
So I think he just proved you wrong, Marshall. He just did a kill shot. One shot, one kill, Marshall.
He shoot the mute deckhand.
Right? Dead center. Not only did he shoot him, he shot him dead center. Good shot. One shot, one kill. Come on. Oh, no.
Oops. Let me record this.
Foot shot.
Here comes Wet Jason.
More foot shot.
Let me pan all the way up.
I like how Jason waits for his reveal. Like, here I am.
Yeah.
Now I'll slap the camera out of your hand.
And now he runs.
I think he does a pretty good job. He kind of bumps into stuff, trips a little bit. Because, if you've ever tried running without your glasses, it's not easy.
Yeah, I used to now. Oh, he trips over the guitar and falls on Rocker Chick. It isn't that bad. He's not completely blind. It's a little blurry. It's like my vision. If I don't wear my glasses, I can still run. I can still.
Plus, it's
see
hard
things.
to run in those catacombs or like those.
So, yeah, I'll give him that. But
we get the reveal of the rocker with a big hole in her head.
why is there a giant? She got hit in the face, but there's like a giant, 3-inch diameter hole in her skull.
This is a good kill.
Throws him onto an electrical switchboard. He catches fire.
Pretty impressive, special effects there.
I don't think that would happen.
No, of course it wouldn't.
Why?
Of course it wouldn't. That's a shoddy ship.
It is shoddy. It is a piece of shit ship. I will say that. This thing
You just touched that board. Boom! Just burst
This
into
thing
flames.
is not going to pass
No.
inspection. It should not be seaworthy.
Oh, that's why we got it on discount.
That's why it's cheap. That's why the cruise is so cheap.
Be able to operate this thing. Well, do something.
Yeah, and so the burning body. I thought that would look pretty. That's pretty metal there. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Definitely seen worse fake burning bodies. That's pretty solid. But you should expect that on this level. I mean, a Paramount movie, big release.
But compared to all the other deaths and stuff we see, it's like, okay, yeah, now we get it, And this is kind of like, it's good, but it's not great.
Yeah.
But because this movie's so tame with the kills, it's like, all right.
I'm so confused over the reveal of Rocker Chick. Why does she have a giant hole in her head?
Yeah, it'll look cool.
But it doesn't make any sense. Nothing in this movie makes sense. I don't know why I keep saying that, but it's so frustrating.
You're focusing on the angles at which Jason swings his guitar, or the angle he puts the
swings
rock.
it straight at it.
That's what I'm saying. Or the way the rock goes into the stomach. Yes, you're right. The angles are off. But come on, let it
that
breathe.
guitar wouldn't
Let
leave
it breathe a little bit.
But the guitar wouldn't leave a giant puncture hole that big.
I mean, I had that big spike. Who knows?
Even then. Okay.
Well, how about this? We saw him hit her.
Well, I guess he
but
could
we
have
didn't.
done
We
something
didn't
after.
exactly. Now, actually, I did kind of like this part for Charles because the fire alarm's going off and like, let's go check it out. He's like, wait, don't go check it out. How do you install panic? You start a fire alarm. Someone could be just trying to draw you out. It
See?
makes sense, but at the same time,
Charles
there
is-
is a fire, so it's like you have to
But
have.
he's still being smart and reasonable. And
True,
he takes you, so he's
true,
like, I
but
will go look.
more
you
feet,
stay
more
here.
feet,
More feet.
more feet.
More
See, I'm
feet.
right, dude.
You are right, man. They love showing Jason's wet feet. But
So
Charles
what Charles should have said
fine,
was,
man.
so, just one person go check it out, see if it's a fire. Everyone else stay
Oh,
calm.
Logan Paul swings. Jason catches the axe and throws it away. Lands at the feet of Julius, who also has a shotgun. Who runs in the opposite direction where the axe came
I
from.
know, unless there's like a way to get up over there, who knows? And again,
Oh, another teleport!
horrible teleport. Now this was actually kind of smart.
Climbs the crow's nest?
I mean, unless there's, you
No,
know.
that's not smart at all.
Well, you get away.
You're trapping yourself. All he has to do is climb up behind him, grab you, and which he just does right there.
Yeah, but he doesn't-
And yanks you over. You fall and impale
He's
yourself.
just suddenly there.
He is
He's
just
just suddenly there. You don't see him climbing up or trying to just like poof. He's there.
Yep. He would have been smart just jumping overboard and swimming for it.
That's like the most. I mean, I know there's not a lot of choice of gun on the ship, but that is a very impractical weapon for tight, close quarter combat. Such a long gun.
Well, if you're out on the deck, it's not really close
Yeah.
quarters.
But I mean, even you got all these-
Oh, he throws Julius overboard. And Julius just falls into the water.
So I think Jason's a racist because he doesn't do the kill. I think he just assumes he can't swim.
Blacks can't swim.
So yeah, I think Jason is leaning a little bit too much to that stereotype. Shame,
Well, you don't see Julius come back up. He goes under and
shame,
just sinks.
shame on you, Jason.
But Julius, you don't see him come back up.
Well,
And now
I'm
she's
sure
having
he went
ghostly
pretty deep.
visions of Jason covered in like toxic goo as a kid. Jason comes and smashes his head through the porthole, grabs Rennie, and starts pulling her towards
and this is
him.
one of those classic meme images of Jason. You know, it's like,
Yeah. And there's a piece of glass almost stabbing her in the face. Let me grab this seashell. The
and
fake
she-
sugar
and she
glass
grabs
there.
the
Letter opener.
fountain pen.
Oh, it's a pen. That's
that
right.
was used by Stephen King, supposedly used by Stephen King.
Oh, and stabs him in the eye with it.
So Stephen King saves the day.
And Ghost Jason vanishes. This is so dumb. Why is there Ghost Jason as a kid? Why?
He'll come back. Calm down.
I'm getting very angry.
You always get angry.
In comes Sean, saves the day. Oh, explosion! Explosion!
Dude, these explosions are pretty B-roll, but they're great. All right, so here's some of our fodder.
Stay in the dance
Stay in the disco.
disco until the teacher
Just
gets back.
ignore, or the, yeah.
There's Jason outside, looking in. Charles with a flare gun. That looks like an old-timey musket, though.
Dude, tell me about it. I mean, there's the kitchen. It makes me think that's a big kitchen. There'd be more staff on the ship.
There should just
just
staff has one deckhand, one mechanic, the admiral, and a first mate.
and that's
4
4
people.
people.
You're right. There should be.
Way more
And
staff.
it's a cruise for that. Maybe there would be bartenders, servers, cooks. You're right. There should be way more staff on this. There should be more people in the engine room working the
There
engines.
should just be way more people.
Yeah,
in
way
general,
more people. 100%. Jason gets the old butcher knife out.
Yeah, because that's a big kitchen. That's like that's like an 8-person kitchen.
Oh no, it's
the
deckhand.
Doomsayer.
Doomsayer takes a knife and runs, but accidentally cut or
He bumped-
intentionally.
I think he
cuts?
bumped into him. He's like, "Oh, I got a Charlie horse." So we see
Water's
the water's
pour-
flooding the ship, the bowels of the ship. Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's Titanic.
Titanic. then the major alarm goes off.
Yep.
It's like, oh, this is your fucked alarm.
Oh, you're fucking alarm.
And here comes the wall of water.
Yep.
You should have listened to the old fuck alarm. I always find that terrifying, the flooding of small areas. It's like, ugh, you know.
Yeah.
It's good for a scare.
I wish this movie was better. Because I won't lie, I don't mind. I kind of like the idea of Jason on the cruise because of, like you said, the claustrophobia of the small passages, small rooms. You're on a ship, so there's nowhere to run. Like in Crystal Lake, they can just really run off in the woods if they want to and just make a run for it. But yeah, you're trapped here, these isolated, small, narrow, very maze-like at times hallways.
Right.
Like I love the setting. I just wish it was executed better.
Yeah, there's some issues. I mean, I don't know if you researched it or not, but I can talk about it afterwards.
Thank God. I just lowered the lifeboat.
Oh yeah, this is where you get the listen.
I left the others in the restaurant.
There is no more restaurant.
It's got flooded, so there goes all your fodder because it's been flooded. So it's like I left them in the restaurant. There is no more restaurants. Like, oh shit! So all those kids just drowned. All our fodder is gone.
Well, again, that's their own fault. Then they could have gotten out of that. They just, I mean, it doesn't. You don't drown instantly. You see the water coming.
But it flooded in pretty quick. They did make a pretty good impression that shit.
Anyway,
was happening.
Doomsayer dies. He gets an axe in the back. I think that's a lame excuse to write him off.
I mean,
that's so lame.
I hear you.
Oh, they just drowned.
I hear you.
apparently.
It'd be kind of cool to see him like trying to get out or something.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, blue lightning strikes the crow's nest.
For some reason, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Like it'd be cool to see Jason like block the door when the water's flooding in or something like that.
I mean,
you
again,
know?
that's a quick 5-second shot.
Right,
You could have
right.
added that in. Oh, there's Jason.
Jason just admiring the view,
as they
watching
climb
him.
onto the lifeboat.
He's just like, boy, that is just too big a drop. I am not comfortable with
I
that.
just see him just cannonball in. Just drop right into the
Just yell,
lifeboat.
cannonball!
And they look up and Jason's gone.
It's like trying to move, just like, row, we're just gonna wiggle around.
Yeah, they're not moving at all. Oh, here comes fucking Julius
pops up.
out of the water.
So he had to be doggy paddling around out there. So you'd have to be kind of a strong swimmer to be able to keep yourself
How
like
they
in
get
that
the dog down to the lifeboat?
That's a good question because they don't show that at all.
They
do
don't. The dog's just there in the lifeboat. You know that dog didn't fucking jump that far down. And you can't really carry a dog going down a rope
The
ladder.
only thing I can think of is the lady said she already lowered the lifeboat. She might have already put the dog in it, then lowered it. Yeah.
Maybe. But
Again,
I don't
we're
know.
doing the movie's job.
Yeah. So now it's all calm. It's just a
Yeah.
foggy water.
Now here's
that
what
almost
I'm,
looks fake. I look so.
here's
it
what I'm
looks fake.
here's what I'm confused about. The ship is going down, or it's gone down, or going down,
Yeah.
right? So wouldn't you want to stay? I mean, they did show him talking to the Coast Guard, like, "Hey, we need help. We need help." Now communications got shut off.
Look
Coast
how dry
Guard,
they are
Coast Guard
already.
would say, "Hey, man, distress call just came in. It just disappeared. The storm's died down. We got to go check it out and see what's going on. We're
Yeah.
going to go those coordinates. Just stay in the area, right? That'd be my thought." Instead of have this weird
No, he's got
moment
this-
with the
He's got
his-
the little
his
thingamajig.
GPS.
Yeah. I like how everybody's dry already. The dog's dry. That dog would take hours to dry. So dumb note. So dumb, but everybody's dry. Look at their hair. It's like perfectly done.
Charles looks great.
Charles looks like he's just chilling.
He needs a pipe.
Yeah, give him a pipe and a snifter of brandy.
Brandy,
He's
yeah.
happy. They act like they've been rowing for days.
I know. It's like
We're so tired. I feel so tired.
it's
can't move.
it's that cliche in movies you see all the time when people are lost at sea or lost in the desert. It's just this meandering, like, oh, are we gonna make it? And now I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that. I think Spaceballs did it best.
It's night again now, so it's gone from like morning to night again.
Who knows? It's so cloudy. Don't know what time it is. Oh, listen to this guy's voice. It's the best. Just so high and happy. Damn, we're in New York. I'm so happy. Hot dog, whoop-a-doo, what's up now?
Yeah, so they basically roll up and find a Statue of Liberty.
And he does a horrible rendition of Frank Sinatra, New York, New York.
Again, I may start dozing off at this point, but I'm trying to remember how the fuck does Jason get from this ship to New York now? Or is he just like hanging out underneath the boat the whole time, like hanging onto the rudder? Just
So again, they were lost at sea for what seemed like who knows how long.
at least a day.
And now
or more.
listen to this asshole. I mean, come on. Wonderful choice of places. Nom, 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 nom. It's like, fuck you, dude. You were lost at sea. You found a
And
place to
there's
dock.
Jason just popping out of the water. He's been swimming the whole time? Like, what? What? Wasn't the whole point Jason couldn't swim? That's why he drowned? And now he's...
Maybe he was walking.
Maybe he's walking along the bottom of the ocean. How did he get there?
Same exact location.
God damn!
This is the best, though. I do like this. Stops and does the head tilt. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And sees Meet the Competition, Eastern Hockey League.
Yeah.
And it's a Jason mask.
Yeah.
I wish to God it was the blue one.
The Roy Burns
And
one.
it says Meet the Competition with the blue
That
one.
would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
That's a total inside joke to
Yeah.
all the Friday 13th fans. I thought that would have been killer. But they dropped the ball there.
Yeah.
That would almost make the movie worth it. You know? Street punks.
Street punks! Street use! Street toughs.
They're not even in New York 5 minutes and
Yeah.
they already get mugged.
They're not in Vancouver. 5 minutes. But this is back in the days when New York was dirty and supposed to be dirty and crime ridden.
Crime ridden, yeah.
This is pre-Giuliani.
Yeah, and Giuliani just arrested everybody. It worked. I like how Jules has his wallet
I was
still.
about to say something like, how do these people still have their like all that they went through? They still have their wallets with them.
Like, I could see Charles, because that guy seems like he'd be the type of dude who would keep
Yeah.
his wallet on him.
Yeah.
But Julius is wearing, like,
a
trainers.
training suit.
He got thrown into the ocean,
overboard.
had a doggy paddle around for 15, 20 minutes, and then he gets back, he's still got his wallet. I'm going to shoot this cute dog.
Dog runs away.
Princess? Would I do that?
Yes. Yes, he would.
Yes, you would.
Like a real party girl, princess. I wanna go on a
And this is where it gets kind of dark.
Yeah.
You know, a little creepy. Like, ew.
A little rapey.
just a touch.
And they take her.
Damn.
He looks like fuck. what-
Rico Suave?
No.
Evan Courageous?
Yes. Thank you. I was thinking just Evan Courageous. Yes.
WCW Cruiserweight.
Yes.
Yeah, former Cruiserweight
White
champion.
boy with dreadlocks.
He was a
Cornrow
great wrestler. He was a pretty good wrestler. A little small, but great wrestler.
Evan, thank you for picking. You were.
Yeah.
You had that telepath link. I was having a hard time coming with it, but like the name. Yep. Evan Courageous.
He did a 360, like, he did a splash. He'd jump, but twist 360 and then land on you.
Yeah.
Which is it's unique.
So
Like, it doesn't
the
really
two street toughs-
improve the move, but it looks cool.
Yeah. The street toughs just basically kidnap Rennie and take her off to like I guess rape
To go
her.
rape her.
Yeah.
And if you follow us, we're blowing her fucking head off. I'm like, damn, this is dark.
Yeah.
And they go to a
Dirty back alley with a fire burning and an oil drum, of course.
Of
Because
course,
every
it's-
alley has that.
and graffiti everywhere.
Throw her on a wet, soggy couch.
Welcome to the chateau. And then
Oh, they're getting dope her with drugs first. Why would you waste your drugs on her? Just rape her and then do your drugs yourself.
well,
Feel way better if you're stoned.
feel way better if you're stoned. I mean, he's looking out for her. You
Yeah.
know, he's like, hey, if I'm gonna rape you, let me just get you high first.
Or I guess maybe they're thinking though she'll struggle. Later.
I just wish he'd go, is that needle clean?
You got AIDS now, bitch.
Maybe she does.
It's the 80s.
Yeah, so he dopes her up. Oh, but she's still defiant. He gives her a light slap.
Slap.
Whack. But yeah, it gets a little This is a little rapey, dark weirdness for Friday 13th movies.
Yeah.
Kill the teenagers, sure.
Sure, but yeah, they don't normally go rapey.
Yeah.
Oh, there's wet Jason feet.
More feet.
More Jason feet. Man, we should play a drinking game every time there's Jason feet.
Be drunk.
He picks up the dirty, empty syringe, like the little needle. And again, neither one of these guys see the giant, over 6 feet tall man in a hockey mask standing right there.
And he plunges the needle into his back.
spine.
And you see it coming out the front barely.
Again, I think the needle would break.
Yeah, I think so
I'm pretty sure
too.
that needle would break. That didn't happen.
That's good craftsmanship there, Marshall. That's what it is. He still has
And he
it.
still has it. Evan courageous against the
Who
ball.
the fuck are you? He sees
is
his buddy.
courageous.
His buddy's dead. He's like, who the fuck are you?
He is courageous.
He is.
He pulls out his gun, shoots Jason. Like, that ain't shit. That ain't shit. He's still coming.
Not a great
That's
aim.
3
He's
shots.
pretty
4
darn
shots. Hitting him in the arm.
Pretty close to him. He's
Mostly in the arm and leg.
takes a step closer.
5, 6.
And he's like, all right, hold on. Oh,
Thank
damn.
God he's out. I'm going to say if he fires another one, he grabs him, smack. I don't know. He looked like he's going to smash his head in the wall, but it just cuts away. Oh, there it is. Oh, hits him head into a pipe. That's it?
With a little bit of steam.
That wouldn't be dead. Please tell me there's more to that kill.
Nope.
Well, I'm saying Evan Courageous lives.
I'm
because
saying
that
so,
ain't,
too.
That ain't killing
Yeah.
him. That's not a dead shot. That just...
So even when he does that, Kane Hodder, or Jason, is covering his mouth and face before he smashes him in because that steam comes up. And I don't think if he wasn't covering his face, he could have hit his face real hard on that pipe. It was total like a wrestling protecting type of move. You know, he's like protecting his face.
It's a Solta gang rules.
Ah, okay, so not street gang rules.
Yeah, it says Solta.
All right, so Jason took off after the girl.
After the girl. And
And
bam!
now he's there.
right there by Julius.
Jules.
He's like, you ain't using that payphone. Fuck you.
So Julius makes a run for it, climbs up a fire escape.
Up a fire escape.
Jason looks up
And
like,
we're pretty much come up with the most famous scene in
he's
this
like,
movie.
I'm not climbing that.
I'm just going to teleport up here. Bloop.
Runs to the other side of the building, sees,
A
you
nice,
know,
a nice shot of New York.
Yeah.
Or Vancouver, I should say. Vancouver. Instead of shouting for help, there's Jason. Maybe he climbed.
maybe.
Maybe. Dude, at this point, I would just jump to one of those skylights.
Or jump down to the lower roof,
Yeah.
see if we can get to the street.
But it says, I'm going to bare knuckle box a man in a hockey mask.
So here comes Julius. We saw he was an accomplished boxer, but man, he keeps his front hand low and throws more like, not necessarily jabs, but like hooks. More like left hooks. I'm not impressed with his boxing. I'm not.
This goes on for so... This is where I woke up. I fall asleep and I woke up at this point because I kept hearing that smoke. That dunk, dunk, dunk. Over. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm at this. And this
And
goes
another
on
left.
for so
And another right.
long.
Not a left.
I guess like I think
He's doing
they
body
timed
work.
it.
He's doing body work.
I think he punches him for like a minute and 30 seconds straight. That's a lot of punching.
And you think a boxer, though, would have cardio for days.
Yeah.
But I will say he did have to, he got thrown into an ocean. How long has he been sleeping? There's questions, sure. But if you're going to fight the guy,
But he's already
Yeah.
and barely keeping his feet, sliding all over the
slipping,
place,
sliding, falling.
Yeah. I don't think he's that great of a boxer. I just think the white boys suck.
Yeah.
I just think his competition was
You're totally
horrible.
right, yeah. He gets Jason, like, to the edge of the building.
And again, this is like shitty boxing stereotypes. Like, dude, you're right on the edge. Just because you're a boxer, you realize you have feet. Push
or
him,
push,
kick him. You don't have to just
I
punch.
do like showing his hands, how his hands are bloody. I
Yeah.
wish they said, like, it'd be cool if, like, on his mask, blood was splattered on it
Yeah,
from,
from
his
knuckles.
hands.
Yeah.
And he's like, give it your best
Yeah.
shot. Why?
Again, what? Why? Just like, oh, fuck. Run or something. He just stands there. And here
Man.
comes the famous
Right.
uppercut of death. Head pops off.
We get the flipping view into the
Into the trap,
dumpster.
and the lid closes. The most famous kill in the movie.
That was a good one.
Oh, they go to anarchy sign right there.
Oh, yeah.
Graffiti. Can't have an 80s movie without an anarchy graffiti.
I was an anarchy kid. I had that shit on everything.
Yeah.
Little dirt rock kid with that shit everywhere.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, now the heroin's kicking in. That's some weak shit. If it gets injected into your veins and then like 10 minutes later, then it hits. You need to talk to that dealer.
Well, they are broke-ass street use. They probably don't have the best dealer.
That's true.
They got to get what they can get out there. All right. It's time for a beer. All right. So teacher lady walking around alone.
Oh, the cops jump out. Freeze!
Why is the cop telling her to freeze?
Charles finds the cop, finds her. And he's got to be Canadian because he's so polite. He's the nicest police officer ever. Everyone seems to regroup. Charles gives her a weird hug.
Why does he pull the gun on the innocent school teacher?
Well, he does go, she's with me.
Mr. McCullough, Jason is here in New York. Already saw him.
We saw him.
Is it true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Charles still can't get it past. He's like, see, it is Jason.
You're right. I find it a tall tale indeed. You seem like honest folks.
You seem like honest folks. I sure hope you guys can get back to New
Hey,
York, eh?
Hey, you want to stop at a Tim Hortons on the way, eh? Or I got some maple syrup and pancakes here for you, eh?
How about those Rangers, eh?
Canucks.
Well, he's in New York.
Oh, they're supposed to be New York. That's
He's
right.
in New York.
Oh,
Oh!
well, so Jason got Julius's head out of the dumpster and put it on the cop's car's head dashboard.
Just for
What?
the shock.
Just for
Just
the
for
shits
the
and giggles.
shock.
He's a jokester, this guy.
Yeah.
He's a real prankster. He grabs the cop, pulls him into an alley he's never seen again. What? And now he's teleporting in front of the car! God damn, the teleporting is so
Off the
Oh
charts.
my god! I didn't realize it was this bad in this movie. Holy fuck!
She runs Jason down. He spills out onto the street. She takes off and looks like they're getting away.
Yep.
But instead, she goes on a kamikaze
And
mission.
sees slow motion. He's getting more deformed with each
Each showing.
So
I love how it's like
I'll give him
bum,
that.
bum, bum.
Boom.
Ding, ding, ding.
Why? Why is she having?
She tries to run over Kid Jason, which is child murder. And then crashes into I guess a retaining wall, and
Yeah.
instantly the car bursts into flames. Like it's on fire. They leave the teacher back in there, and the car
explodes.
blows. Like she's just gone. You don't even see her body.
Nope.
You don't see her going like help, help. You see nothing. It's like the actress just quit mid movie. She's like,
I'm done.
Done.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I can't do this.
we're not actually going to New York. Fuck this. I'm out. So the car is burning, and instead of being like, oh no, teacher, what's her name?
Teacher, what's her name?
You know, our heroine is just kind of
She's mean, kind of like mean mugging the flaming car.
Yeah, this is where she kind of like comes into her hero element,
And looks down, sees a flaming puddle.
and then she starts tripping.
She's going like her peyote high.
Well, she did shoot up a bunch of heroin,
Yeah.
and now I think she's having like her Game of Thrones look in the fire
Yeah, I
moment.
guess. Yeah, she's just looking
Because
at
she
this burning
sees
puddle.
the puddle is now a lake scene with a rowboat going by.
Oh yeah, there is a rowboat. Okay, now we crossfade to
Her memories.
a giant lake.
Wonder what lake that could be.
Gee, I wonder.
And you can tell it's a memory because it's
Yeah,
in
the
like
echo
it's got the
effect.
echo effect, and it's a little girl. Whoops, with Charles.
You know, young lady, you've been coming out here every summer for the last 3 years, and you still haven't learned how to swim.
So it's Charles and our lake. What's her name? Rennie.
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 Yeah. So he's like, hey, you need to learn how to swim. She's like, I promise. He goes, that's what you said last year. So it's time to get hard fucking core.
You don't want to end up drowning like that Voorhees boy, do you?
And he tells the story of Jason Voorhees about how he was a bad swimmer. Which we said at the beginning.
And he's ready to pull down anybody who falls in and can't swim.
So if you can swim, he's like, oh, they're swimming.
I can't get him.
Can't. No, they're too good a swimmer. And he just pushes her in like,
Pushes her in.
learn to swim. She's doggy paddling pretty good.
Yeah.
Keeping her head above water. Damn, bro.
That's some intense swimming lessons.
Like his technique teaching. Swim! Just swim!
Do it!
She gets pulled under. What?
Does she get pulled on?
And there's deformed Jason. And then her trip wears off.
Yeah, okay, I fell asleep. I don't remember that
So-
part. Okay, there's the connection.
There is a possible connection then with Jason Voorhees and Rennie, and maybe why he's after her. Like
But-
she's the one that got away.
So
or
you're
something.
saying
but
actual
I'm saying
Kid Jason
I'm
pulled
s-
under? Or no, is she having visions of Kid Jason?
I-
Because no, that has to be another vision. Because there's no way Kid Jason is actually pulling her under.
Well, here she even says it. He pulled me under. It was Kid Jason. And Charles is like, yeah, I'm the one who gave you that phobia. I'm the one that fucked you up. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Again, Charles it was extreme, but he was trying to help, and he he owns up for it and apologizes. He feels bad.
I push you into
Push you in the newspaper. Again, I don't think Charles is that bad. And I'm even more confused because there's no way that was actual Kid Jason who's just been hanging under the swimming around underwater for God knows how long and
Well-
actually pulls her under.
He just goes, you.
It's not possible.
And he slow jogs away from Jason.
This is the teleport I talk about. He runs like so far away.
Keeps
from
looking
Jason,
behind him
keeps
as
looking
if to see-
runs
yeah.
up a 3-story building or something, or 2 stories, and then gets thrown out the window by Jason, who's already up there waiting for him. What?
Ugh.
That was the one as a kid. I was like, fuck that.
That is the worst.
That's the worst.
That is the worst. That is bad.
I'm gonna drown you.
Splinter died.
Oh, yep, there's dead. Splinter died. And
In
why is there toxic sludge just on the streets of New York?
It's New York in the 80s, man.
It's like, fuck!
It's just there.
Just toxic, oil drums of toxic sludge just hanging out on the street corners
Sure.
or in the alleyways.
Charles has got some weird socks for a suit.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a suit. It's more of a sport coat and pants and a sweater vest. So it's
You
not,
still
it's
wouldn't
not-
wear white socks, though.
But they weren't pure white. They had like a pattern on them.
Mm.
But also, it's the 80s. But yeah, I right. No, he shouldn't have.
I like how she finds a nice
A
recliner.
that thing is nice.
It's like not dirty
It's
or cut
not.
up. It's just like a normal recliner in the middle of like an alley in Skid Row, New York.
Like, that is the dirtiest fucking. Yeah, that is the nicest recliner. I'd have that in my house right now if I could. That's nice.
Rennie, your parents died in a car accident.
All right, then we get some backstory on her. Like we need it now.
Yeah.
Man, he is white knighting it.
Mm-hmm.
This dick ain't gonna suck itself.
And now is the time he goes in for the kiss. Like, come on, dude.
How about run from Jason Voorhees?
Yeah. Everybody's getting murdered around you. You think now's the
and
time
right.
to get your
Get your dick wet.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Kissing? Not on my watch. Kaboom.
Off they jog. All right, so
To
this
the
is
subway. And he just
I
says,
just-
"Fuck this
just,
door.
Just walks through the glass.
Fuck this door."
Oh, I love it.
I mean, it looked cool, but yeah, like fuck the door. Get onto the subway.
which is just littered with graffiti.
Yeah.
I mean, horrible. Like,
I mean, that's what I expected a subway in the 80s New York to look like. 100%. Quayton lives.
whoever that is. Like, I didn't watch this with any commentary or anything. And of course, he teleports onto the subway.
Onto the subway after it started moving, of course. I don't think I think all of them just hopped the turnstile. So,
Right? Yeah.
Again, it's New York, so nobody
No
blinks
one
an eye
seems-
at Jason.
You can really tell this is
Who's
Vancouver.
still
'cause
wet. Why is he still wet when
'cause
everybody else is dry?
definitely Vancouver, just so many white people. Just white people everywhere.
Yeah. I like how nobody cares.
He's like,
Junkie Kenny G just like, I don't care.
He hits the emergency brake. Jason goes flying back. This isn't a bad effect.
No.
Gets up real fast, like kind of pissed off, like, motherfucker. And I do like all the New Yorkers, like, is this my stop? Oh, come on. This is a pain in the ass. Hey.
Jason Lives was written on that poster. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. Oh.
Sean comes flying out of
Flying
nowhere.
shoulder tackle. Jason hits the third rail and just gets fried.
Yep. That was a ballsy move, man. He could have hit the third rail himself.
Yeah, but he's white knighting it.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
is white knight.
And they fuck Jason up there when he hits the third rail. Like, we've seen Jason die from stuff like that before, you know.
No, that brings him back to life. That's right. I didn't supercharge him.
Or turn him off.
Turn him off.
He got turned on and off from electricity. Electricity brought him back in number 6 also.
He's touching the third rail.
No, the third rail's right there.
Oh,
That's the third
okay,
one.
all right.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
those are the 2 rails. That's the third one.
All right, I from the you're right. Okay, I was like, oh my god, he's touching it.
No, because I did the same thing when I was watching last night, and I was like, what? Oh, no. So apparently this subway design is built in, and they had to squat down and walk up. Now, it is Times Square, but they didn't have they couldn't afford to shoot coming out of an actual subway.
Ooh, Sabaros.
So here's the shot of Times Square when they're
one
finally
New York
in New
shot,
York.
yeah.
And they have a big crane that's going does a complete 360 to show you off all the glory
Batman.
of the
Michael
Yeah,
Keaton Batman
yeah,
movie is from
1989,
1989
yeah.
Batman.
all the glory of Times Square in the 80s. Late 80s. Right before it got cleaned up and somewhat Disney-fied.
I still want Sabaros pizza, man. Okay.
I want Centauri Times.
I've never
The
had
Japanese whiskey.
I've never had that. It's so magical. It's New York. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, wow, New York.
And then there's dirty homeless bums right there.
Yeah. Like Times Square now is...
Look, yeah, you're right. Look at the angle of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
obvious. Like,
yeah,
there's no
yeah.
way
You
that'd
just
be
toss
built.
it up, just threw it on the sidewalk.
And there's Jason.
Jason's back up.
He's back
from
up.
getting electrocuted. And this is a great shot. This is a great
This
shot.
is a good shot, yeah.
Showing him in Times Square. He's like, what? Huh? I'm in... Oh, I didn't know I was here.
Oh, I'm in New York? All right.
Wow, I gotta tell Ma.
Hey. Ma, you won't believe where I'm at.
I'm in the big city, Ma. I made it out
She's
of the
looking
lake.
back. Why, okay, now she finally sees. Like, why is she not?
And it just looks like he's leaking. He's just so wet.
He's so wet. Why is he so wet?
Everyone else is dry. Oh, the street punks.
Yes. Here comes the boombox.
This is probably the
famous-
best,
yeah.
best part of the movie.
Yeah, everybody says it. Yeah, the best part.
They're listening to like weird hip hop.
Bam.
They definitely look like metalhead, skinhead types.
You're definitely skinheads. Look at them. Yeah.
Good dead meat slime bag.
Butterfly knife. Lifts his mask up. But again, this
Love it. Love
I
it.
get it, but it's so out of character for Jason. He's killed everybody he's seen. But those guys who come on are like, you're dead meat, and Brennan, he's like, I'm just gonna show you my face. Why? He should be killing them. He should be wrecking them.
He's in hot pursuit of Rennie. He's got to get Rennie. He doesn't have time, so he flashes his ugly mug.
That's never stopped Jason before. He's never been concerned about time. And the way he's teleporting around this shit, it don't matter about time. He's like, I'll just teleport there.
We missed that great line when she's like, there's a maniac chasing us, and then waitress kind of looks at her going, welcome to New York.
Jason does not like doors in this
Now
movie.
this guy's huge.
That is
This
a
guy
big
is
man.
huge. He's like, fuck this guy. Fuck this Jason. Listen, you. And then Jason tosses him back. Fucks him up.
After kicking in
And then
another
like, everyone
door.
just silently gets up and is like, all right, time to go.
Yep. We've been here, done that. Time to
Yep.
leave.
So Jason obviously has to be in pursuit. It can't be just fodder because the whole place is full with people. He just like if he wanted to just kill bodies, he just kill these people left and right. So he's got a mission. He has to get Rennie for some reason.
Yeah. Which is, again, there's really no reason for him to kill any of these kids.
No.
Like, there's, like, all the past there's been parts, like, they've been in campgrounds, like, there's, like, they're, at this point, it's like, why just let her go? You know, like, why her, of all
You're
people?
in New York City,
Yeah.
bitch. You can
Go
go
sightsee.
Yeah. You can kill anyone you want.
There's
still
millions of people for you to kill.
millions and millions, literally millions of people
Yeah,
for you
you
to
can kill anybody. Like, yeah, why has he got such a hard on for these two? It makes zero sense. Doesn't
Like-
I don't think it's. Let's go down to the sewer. The Ninja Turtles will save us.
So they cut, but he actually fell almost all the way down. He actually got hurt. He's like, ah! He like banged his arm real bad. And they're like, oh, you okay? There's on the DVD. There's a gag reel, which is pretty funny. So this makes you think of Ninja Turtles so much.
Yeah, I can't believe they went to the sewers in this movie. Like, really? We're going to the
Probably
sewers?
pretty cheap to film there. New York City at the time was the most expensive place to shoot.
Yeah.
Yep, looks very. This is a cool shot. This looks cool.
Yeah. That's a good looking
Good
shot.
lighting.
Yeah.
Jason coming through the
archway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he looks pretty badass there. But you're right. His like head and arms, just like the prosthetics, just look
Rubbery.
very, like real
And again, they're running. They're hauling ass, and he's doing his Jason slow
classic
walk.
Jason slow walk. Yeah. Some like construction worker, sewer worker. Yeah. Just hanging out with the turtles. We got to get out of here. They're drunk. And pissed. And when they're drunk, they get horny.
They're high on pizza.
High on pepperoni
Pepperoni.
and smack.
The pizza dude was 30 seconds too late, and you don't want to be around when they get pissed off at the pizza man. And that rat's got rabies.
So for how urgently they were running,
Now there's walking. Jason comes out of nowhere.
drags off the sewer
Sewer
worker.
worker.
And there's a
Silhouette shot
silhouette kill.
where he bashes him in the back of the neck with a wrench and causes blood to explode.
Sure.
Sean's passed out, apparently. Got knocked unconscious.
How do you get Jason's attention, Marshall? Little flashlight.
Flashlight! Ah, I got you.
Little flashlight.
It's like Dead by Daylight style. I'm going to get you with my flashlight.
Oh yeah.
But he's got a
Wait,
light. He's got the
listen.
Lightborn perk, so he's not blinded by it. For those who play the game, will get that reference. And she runs.
She said something to the effect of like, "I'm the one that got away."
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So she takes off, and he's in pursuit of her, walking ever so slowly, as Jason do. But he likes to teleport apparently. So I just wish they'd go back.
Also, that can't be young Jason.
Okay, check it out.
Nope, there,
She finds more toxic waste.
more toxic waste.
Sure. Just one
Just
bucket.
a little bucket. Danger, toxic contaminant, or whatever. Because
Runs out.
ah, gotcha.
He's been slimed.
He can't say that. He said why on. Ah, he takes off the mask. There's his weird ass face.
It looks pretty bad.
It's so bad.
Real.
It might be like, it looks like a garbage pail kid.
Oh, dude. It's bad.
So bad. It's like the worst face we've ever seen of his when they've taken the mask
Like,
off.
I get he's waterlogged and zombified and everything. His face is going to look, but boy, does it look cheesy.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And the sound he makes, like Jason screaming
I like
is
this too. It's like, oh my god, they're gonna flush the sewers. We have to go now.
They're going
Like,
to flush
how
the sewers with toxic waste.
waste. Like, how would they know that?
That's what the sewer guy said.
Oh, okay. We talked about that. We were talking over it, I should say, is what I meant.
Jason looks drunk
He
AF.
does. He looks like he had one too many tequila shots. And just
I need to
drunk.
get home. How'd I wind up in the sewer? Why am I in New York?
He had a bad night in
I gotta
Tijuana.
get back to Crystal Lake. Mom's gonna be pissed. All right, Jason's.
And now we're coming up on the worst fucking ending of a Jason movie ever. One of the worst movies just in, I think, movie history.
Right. Like, you kill Jason in certain ways, you know. I mean, you drown him in Crystal Lake is the most classic.
And why
know.
is, like, the whole sewer shaking like there's a fucking avalanche or something?
Because there's an avalanche of water
Look
coming.
at a flood. Like, this is so unsafe.
And he goes, "Mommy," and starts puking up water.
Yeah, Jason just spoke, and he's puking water up. Hits with the flood of toxic waste, which is just, well, water.
Good Lord, it's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a little steamy, so it might be kind of warm.
And now, guys, for anybody who hasn't seen this movie for some reason, I don't know why you haven't, but just be prepared for you would not believe what happens to Jason. You would never in a million years guess what they did to Jason.
It looks like he's melting more.
It does look like he's melting more. He floats up to the surface. His face is melting. He steams. Oh, we get a flashback of Kid Jason again with no deformity.
Then we get fire for some reason.
Yeah, now there's fire. I don't know why.
Why?
He's not on fire. They just crossfade some fire in.
Why not? There's
Lightning storm hits. Lightning out there. Look at all that. Oh, lightning storm hits Lady Liberty.
Statue of Liberty gets lit up.
Gets lit up by blue lightning.
Man, she is on him.
They look down at Jason. The water is starting to go away.
It was a very young-looking hand.
Hand. Oh, look, very normal looking hand too.
Yes.
Not all fucked up and zombified. Very normal hand. Continue looking. Water's going away. They're like, what the fuck? And there's a fucking child in boxer shorts laying in the fucking sewer.
Do you have to scream so loud?
Yes.
No. You just about blew my right ear out.
Why? And his hockey mask goes floating down the sewer all burnt
I
up.
don't understand it.
What the fuck were
all.
they thinking?
And is he alive?
Why?
Is the boy
Is he
alive?
alive? Is he
Because he
dead?
looks perfectly fine.
Yes!
He looks, yeah.
What, since when does toxic waste de-age you and turn you into a child?
Man, that would be a huge seller in
Oh
LA.
my god. People would be flocking to that shit.
Wash me in toxic waste, please. I need to feel
Yeah,
30 years younger.
What? Bamboozle. I cannot wrap my head around the writers who thought that was a good ending. What the shit? I cannot express my anger and disbelief over this enough.
No, I think you're doing a pretty good job. Like I said, I think I'm deaf now.
So now they're up top, they're hugging each other. She looks down. Oh, there's the dog.
Cutest damn dog.
The little dog Toby found his way back.
Aw, Tobes.
Aw.
Little snuggle.
And music starts playing.
Music
Happy
cues.
music. Oh, pet the dog, pet the dog.
And let's go sightseeing. You know?
Yep. Pan up.
Like, what's the plan after that?
Yeah, what is the plan? What do you do?
What's the protocol there?
I don't know. Maybe go take a shower.
I mean, do you go to the police? Do you like how do you handle
Yeah. What?
all this shit that happened?
And that's it. That's the movie. Roll the credits. Let's turn the TV off. I can't. I want to talk about this ending so much, but we're gonna take a quick bathroom break real quick before we move on. So hold on. Thanks. All right, we're back. Had to take a little bathroom break after that. Drinking a lot of beers and sat through that. Anyway, but I'm calm down a little bit now.
Bring it down.
But I don't. That ending is so far out there and so like I seriously cannot wrap my head around what the writers were possibly thinking to have that
Like
as
they
the ending.
Didn't have an idea of how to end it, or how to kill him, or how to get rid of him. So like,
But how, like
toxic waste, sure, it's
Sure.
hot in the 80s. Yeah.
Maybe like okay, he melts in toxic waste. That's fine. But who said know what? Let's have him turn into a kid again.
Revert back into a kid who looks normal.
Totally
it was the
normal.
normal-looking kid that we saw in the beginning, not the deformed one we
Yeah.
see here and there. So is he alive again? Is he a spirit? Did he just shrink down? Because in number 9, when Jason Goes to Hell, they don't explain shit. He's just there.
Jason Goes to Hell just completely skips over the events
Yeah.
of this one. They just
I feel like
fuck it.
this movie is the one where they're just like, Jason's just Jason. We're not even gonna try anymore. He's just gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
We're not gonna really try and follow any sort of lore necessarily. We're just gonna run. We're just gonna do our own thing.
Seriously, I remember as a kid seeing that. I was angry then, back in like, when did this? It's probably like 90, 92 when it came out in 89, but I probably didn't see it till a year or two later. But man, I was so angry, and I was like just dumbfounded then. I was like, what is happening? What goes? How? Like, and I don't understand. Like they really shit over the whole movie. They shit over the lore of this. They like the whole thing with her having images of Jason. Fine, so be it. She has images of Jason, which why is the very first time we see young Jason, he's completely normal, like normal kid, black hair, no deformities, whatever. And then each time we see him, or he's getting a little more deformed.
Right.
Each time, fine. So is that like they're saying he got more deformed the longer he was dead? Which okay, fine. But again, in the first movie, the very first movie, it started like he was a deformed
kid,
child
yeah.
who had mental problems. That's why he needed special care, and that was the whole thing. And now there's like why did they get what? How? Like whoever greenlit this script should have been fired immediately and should have been like, you fucked everything up.
Well, they saw it after the writer. They came to him. It's like, hey, you want to do this? And he's like, sure.
We'll come back to the writer director in a second. But again, like you're saying, like, okay, so Charles, we go back in time at the memory.
Yeah.
She pushes her into the lake,
right,
and supposedly gets pulled under or grabbed by young Jason with a slight deformity over one eye.
Right.
Again, that's gotta be mental images, mental trauma, not the real Jason at that point, because the real Jason drowned back in like
before
the 50s or something like that, or whatever it was, according to so there's no way that was back in like the 50s when Jason drowned.
The first Friday 13th was in 1980, right? That was the first one. So this is 1989.
Mm-hmm.
So she was about 10 years old in that boat. So that would make sense for her to be about 18, 19 years old right now in 1989.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been. But it could have been. It could have been Kid Jason.
No, because Kid Jason died years and years before the first movie.
But at the end of the first one, Kid Jason jumps up, pulls down the chick, and it would be about that same time. It would still because she. So that could be. This could be. Ooh.
But okay, first off, again, deformity wasn't there. That kid in first one, and again, at the end of that first one, maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can come at me hard if I'm wrong about this, but we never really know if that, like, to me, like, does that actually really happen, or is that girl just kind of, is that like a bad dream?
Because she wakes up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And she's like, it was the boy. And they're like, what are you talking about? We didn't find any boy.
Just mental trauma.
And then
so
she goes,
that never
so he's still out
happened.
there. And then we don't see him again. We see a few little blips in the lake, and you don't see him.
Yeah, and until he's, again, adult Jason with a potato sack over his head. So, again, I think that's just, again, trauma, mental trauma, not real boy Jason. So, anyway, this whole thing's fucked up. This is by far, an egregious insult to I think the franchise. Although it's still better than Part 5. Part 5 sucks.
Oh, shots fired.
No, I actually take that. Spot 5 is actually really good. I just had to get a shot in there. To
Cincinnati Jeff is about to go nuts.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to this week's favorite kill.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
All right. So we talked about it, like kills were kind of lame here.
Yeah, I mean, there were some decent ones. The sauna rock to the chest or stomach, whatever. Mm-hmm. That was pretty unique. That was pretty good. The
most famous one is Julia's. That's the one everybody talks about.
Sure.
The most.
And then I didn't hate the choke, even though it's just a choke. I thought it was still okay. But of course, it's got to be Julia's. The head knock off, the camera flip bouncing around into the dumpster, slam shut, boom. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know where I want to go here, because like I said, one of the ones that always stuck out with me the most was that
Sonorok.
No, was the girl who just gets stabbed in the hatch where she's hiding at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because that would just made an impact on me. But Sonorok is definitely original. It's the most original kill. It's great. I think that one would be so bad to die that way. Like burning from the inside. I mean, Julius, it'd be over an instant. You wouldn't
you're
feel
done.
You're done. That one would be agonizing. But yes, visually speaking, Julius is definitely the most memorable. The head flying off and down into the dumpster, blah blah blah. But I think my favorite kill, is gotta be. I'm gonna go. Sorry, I had a little electrical feedback there for a second. I was trying to check out what's going on. Yeah, fuck it. I guess I don't know. Julius or Sonorok. I really can't decide right now, and I don't know if I really care enough to do it. But
for episode 250, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, no. We'll go. I guess Julius. I hate to say go because everybody says, but visually speaking, it's the coolest.
It's
the coolest visually. Yeah. But I think the best kill is Sonorok. But favorite to watch and visually is Julius. It's got a long ass build up to it, like a minute and a half of him punching Jason. It gets a little boring. All right, so let's just move on to the odds and ends.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
All right, so ratings. IMDb gives it a 4.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, it only has a 12% on the thermometer, but it has a 27% audience score.
That's a low audience score for a Friday 13th film.
Yeah. Amazon, 4.4 out of 5.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Plot keywords, there were 262.
I don't think haters show up on Amazon. They're just like, whatever. I don't like it. I'm not going to say anything. Only lovers.
Not necessarily, because the reviews, man. The people write the reviews. We'll get to the reviews.
All right.
Plot keywords are 262. Some of the first one I don't necessarily agree with, because one of the first ones I wrote down was Grindhouse film. And this is not Grindhouse at all to me.
No,
at all. This is big budget, not Grindhouse. Not that. There's nothing Grindhouse about this. In my opinion.
I think they're mistaking like the gritty, gross alleyways and stuff as a Grindhouse film, which is not.
But that's not Grindhouse.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Canadian horror. So
kinda.
Panties pulled down.
True.
And we do get it. It's back. We got bra and panties. So the panty lovers are back.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing else. I went through all those and they're like, these suck. But so
I'm glad for their 250th episode. We had
the panties.
Yeah.
It is appropriate. We had the panties on 250. All right, trivia. There's a shit ton of trivia on this. I'm gonna try to speed through this as best I can. Some of it we may, if I already talked about, if we do, I'll try to skip it. So Kane Hodder apparently said that one of the most fun parts of his 10 years Jason were the scenes in Times Square. He says that spectators were lined up and down the block watching the filming, and he didn't want to take the mask off to destroy their illusion of Jason. He said that every once in a while he'd turn his head and look at them and watch them all go crazy. So that actually would be a pretty cool memory.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool for to have that experience. According to an interview in Fangoria magazine, Kane Hodder did vomit on cue in this final scene where after drinking several pitchers of water, in that series he was spitting out vomit. That was not a special effect. It was just him vomiting out water. So despite the nature of the film and adverse filming conditions, Kane Hodder provided several moments of levity, which he appreciated by the cast. Following several death scenes, for example, once director yelled cut, Hodder would do a brief disco dance and fall Jason costume makeup, making the cast and crew laugh, trying to
liven it up
a bit. At 100 minutes, at the time this was the longest running time of Friday the 13th film. Rob Hedden originally wrote more of the movie to be set in New York. He had written scenes at Madison Square Garden, the Brooklyn Bridge, Statue of Liberty, and the Empire State Building, but Paramount told him the budget would not allow him to spend that much time in New York, so he was forced to rewrite the film and spend more time on the cruise ship. Hedden says he agrees with fans who complain that not enough time is spent in New York, given the title of the movie. Charlene Martin initially expressed discomfort being filmed in the nude in the shower scene. To put her at ease, Rob Heaton borrowed a page from the theater and film lore. He stripped down, fully nude, and walked into the shower himself to illustrate how easy it all was. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that the camera was still rolling at the time. And when the producers watched the dailies the next morning, they were very, very confused as to why the director was standing completely nude in the shower talking to one of his young actresses. Martin said the director's act helped her lose the inhibitions to film the shower scene and death scene fully nude, but the only ones who saw her naked were Kane Hodder and the crew. None of her privates were shown on screen except for a brief flash in the mirror, just her backside. There's one shot of character's butt, so the scene of her crashing into the mirror. Stunt performer, stunt body, is not actually her. Lar Park,
because you can see her in the mirror coming at him like that's not her. Almost looks like a dude.
Lar Park Lincoln originally wanted to sign on to reprise the role as Tina from Part 8, but she wanted a higher salary, supposing that's than what she was paid in Part 7. Paramount told her that the budget could not afford to pay her any more than what she had bargained for, and because of this, she turned down the part. Thus, Paramount decided to rewrite this. Another reason for a rewrite. To rewrite the script for Part 8 to take the movie a whole new direction, which later completely excluded the character of Tina, as they decided they did not want anyone from Part 7 to return. After disappointing results at the box office, Paramount decided to sell the Friday the 13th film series New Line Cinema, making Jason Takes Manhattan the last feature produced by Paramount until the 2009 remake. Only 3 other sequels released between the time, which were really real sequels, if you want to. I don't know. Due to negative fan feedback from fans and Rob Heaton himself, the film wasn't what he wanted it to be. He has repeatedly apologized to fans disappointed by the film, such as on Blu-ray, audio, and DVD. He has since disowned the film.
Oh, well, I don't think you'd have to. I mean, I like the apologies. I like he's like, man, I didn't do it justice. I'm sorry. I don't think you have to disown it, you know.
Let's see. During production, many of the cast and crew began calling the movie Jason Takes Vancouver, obviously because this is Vancouver's done from New York and various scenes. Due to the budget, Paramount refused the extensive film locations in New York, except for 2 days of filming in Times Square. All the scenes on the docks, sewers, alleys, that was all Vancouver. Most people know that already. And this is known, most people know, but just in case you don't, the original poster for the film featured Jason ripping through an I Love New York poster.
Yeah.
In the first poster, Jason was holding a bloody knife, which was cleaned in the second poster for fear that the blood was too graphic. However, both posters were dropped following a complaint from the New York Tourism Committee.
That's funny.
Yeah. Aaron, this might be, you want to pick on this. After the disappointing box office gross of Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood, director John Carl Bolcher began developing a follow-up which reprised the character of Tina, again facing off against Jason after release from an insane asylum. Meanwhile, Lar Park Lincoln, who portrayed Tina, we already kind of talked about this, wrote her and her husband wrote their own screenplay because her husband was a diehard horror fan, and an alternatively screenplay which had Tina working as a psychiatrist for troubled girls. Lincoln's co-star in The New Blood, Kevin Spirtas, also wrote a screenplay which recast the events of The New Blood into a long dream with his character as the killer. Paramount, however, opted to assign the project to follow up Rob Heaton making this future film. So that's kind of interesting.
Huh.
And we may have touched upon that briefly when we did Part 7. Because I want to say, I talked about a lot of these where they rewrote the one guy, wrote it as himself as the main character instead.
Yeah, and he like kills Tina.
Yeah, or something like that. Director Rob Heaton had previously worked as a writer for Paramount on MacGyver, which I mentioned, but what he really wanted to do was direct. So when the studio asked him to write for Friday the 13th, the series, they said he'd only do it if he could also direct. They hated the sound of it, but 2 months later, they were desperate for writers, so they gave in, hired Heaton, and let him direct 2 episodes of the television series. That job, they impressed him enough with Heaton's work behind the camera to offer him the job to write and direct this movie.
I bet he was so cheap. I bet because he just wants to do something different. Good for him. And I bet they're just like, here's a little bit of extra money.
Man, if I was in that position, like dude, you want me to direct Friday the 13th? I'd be like, yeah, I'd do it for peanuts.
Well,
too.
That's what he said. He was super
I'd be
stoked.
so
He
happy.
was so excited. Yeah.
The movie was falsely titled Ashes to Ashes while filming in New York City to avoid fan interruptions. The fake title was also used in the script to prevent auditioning actors from knowing and revealing the film they were making. In the fake title script, Jason was renamed Ethan. Feature film debut of Kelly Hu, which we talked about, and she's the first Asian character in the entire franchise.
Wow.
Of all the Friday the 13th films released by Paramount in the 1980s, Amy Steele, who from Part 2, and Jensen Daggett, who played the lead in this role, were the two of the youngest leading ladies at the time of filming. Amy was 20 years old during the shooting of Part 2, while Jensen was 19 while filming Part 8, making her the youngest actress to play a lead film role of all the Friday the 13th films. This is very famous, but again, if for those who maybe didn't live through or didn't hear about it, but you've probably seen it on YouTube now, but it was during the promotion of this movie that Kane Hodder made his very famous appearance on the Arsenio Hall show as Jason Voorhees to promote this show, and he stayed in character the whole time. He was in character as Jason on the Arsenio Hall show. He never spoke and just was this creepy Jason the entire time.
Weird.
It was a weird moment in television history, but it was because of this movie. Now here's another one. Elizabeth Berkley auditioned for the role of Rennie. Huh. So could you see Saved by the Bell's Jesse as Rennie in this?
Sure.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
It works.
AC, come on. I don't. But yeah, that became interesting. Colleen Van Dusen was named after the Van Dusen Lodge, which was the name of the first cabin in Camp No Boss Co, which is one of Alice and Pamela Voorhees first met each other in the original 1980 movie. If that makes sense. Saffron Henderson was voted number 12 on the list of top 12 boobs of the Friday the 13th franchise by the website Icon vs. Icon on October 25th, 2015.
That's hilarious.
That is funny. The Julius Gall character was a holdover from the original script. Now, again, many people don't know this, or you might not know this, but again, we mentioned when he said he was wanted to film Madison Square Garden, that boxing showdown between Julius and Jason was supposed, they wanted to take it in the ring at Madison Square Garden, but obviously because the budgets, they ended up doing a rooftop. So apparently actor Vincent Craig Dupree, who played Julius, was actually really punching Kane Hodder because he was big, tough guy wearing plenty of padding. Also, to make it look real, Hodder just told him to go out and actually punch him.
You can tell. I mean, he's moving his head with the punches, but they look good. It looks good.
The disco club scene where Eva is killed by Jason on the cruise ship was a leftover scene from the original script, where this scene would take place in the glitzy New York nightclub instead. So again, another conversion. And lastly, the original scripted ending featured Jason being completely melted by toxic, which we talked about. That would have been better. Completely melted by toxic waste, and his soul finally being released. But the studio changed it so there could be a chance of a sequel so they didn't write themselves into a corner.
So the studio's like, no, you gotta turn into a kid.
To me, you still wrote yourselves into the corner because you turned him into a fucking kid. What was part 9 going to be? Jason as a 12-year-old going around killing people?
Jason goes through puberty.
Yeah, Jason goes through puberty. Jason with acne or something. What the fuck? You still wrote yourself into the corner. You could still have him melt or die by the toxic. He's already fucking zombified and melted anyway. You could have pulled that off. So anyway, that's the trivia I got. So
I've got a little bit of trivia.
Oh yeah, you're just right. You had something, so go for it.
So the writer director, he wanted to use this. He booked the boat, the Lazarus, right? And then 3 days before filming, it got pulled. He already shot a few shots of the Lazarus, but he couldn't get it. Apparently, it was damaged or something was wrong, and they got a much smaller ship, and he had to plan all these new shots within 3 days. So you know how it's a little sometimes it just feels a little claustrophobic or weird. It's because he didn't have time to really map out how he wanted to make shots. And if you watch the movie, you'll never see the Lazarus as one big piece. It's supposed to be, say it's a giant ship.
The only time you see is when it debarks, when it docks, when it takes off, and you see the full thing. But after that, you never see the full length of it. He got screwed again there. So this movie has just been plagued with problems. Yeah, that sucks.
Anyway, although he did say the ship that he got, the smaller one, was way creepier looking. He's like, well, at least it's
well, there's the silver lining. There we go. Oh, that brings us to this week's budget game. And just for old sakes, just to go back a bit, we're going to use an old one.
Time for Aaron to blow his wad with the budget game.
We'll back to our little British lady. We haven't had her in a while.
Yeah, and you assume I'm going to blow my wad, which I probably will.
All right, so Aaron, what do you think is the budget for the 1989 Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan?
Now, I do know this is the highest, the highest budget for any Friday the 13th movie at the time. They said that in the extras that I watched on my Blu-ray, but I it didn't say what it was. $50 million. Let's go big.
Wow. You're going like, well, not quite Avengers big, but all right, 50 million. All right, Aaron, his guess.
Well, Avengers like 500.
Yeah, that's
million.
like 500 million. Anyway, so Aaron guesses $50 million for the budget of Friday 13th Part 8, J6 Manhattan. Show me $50 million.
Well, hey.
Actual budget, you were only off by $45 million. $5 million.
I could have swore it was like the last one was like 25 million. Oh my god.
$5 million budget.
Whoa, I was way off.
Yeah, you were. But well, you can regain your pride here with a little guess of the opening weekend.
Opening weekend.
Jason
was exciting again. I mean, people were still excited to see him. I'm going to say 3.5 million.
3.5 mil. All right. Answer, please. Closer, though. Much closer. Much closer.
Okay.
Opening weekend, 6,251,310.
So it made its money back.
Yeah, it did make its money back. All right, and last, well, we have two more. Sorry. Gross in U.S. and Canada. What do you want to guess?
10 million.
10 million, going 10. I'm not going to play a soundbite, but again, close, but no.
Okay.
Close, but no. Gross in U.S. and Canada was 14 million.
Again, pretty close. Yeah.
343,976. So, gross in U.S. and Canada. Gross worldwide?
14 million because it does that thing
Exact
again.
same thing. Yep.
Yep.
So, really, 14 million worldwide is pretty, yeah. Especially in the 80s, and I hate it, not great.
Right.
Not great.
Yeah, at least
it made its money, but nowhere near what they were, I guess, people were expecting.
Almost tripled it, though.
Yeah, you're right. Almost tripled. So that brings us to our 5-star reviews and since Mortal Kombat Combat.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat Combat?
All right. One thing I want you guys at home just should know, just because it's pretty cool, and you guys can't see it, but Aaron came dressed for the occasion today. He's actually wearing a Friday 13th Part 8 J6 Manhattan hoodie, and it's an awesome hoodie.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I mean, I will say they do a good job of like presenting Jason, like looking over the skyline. It says Friday 13th, Jason.
Yeah.
Manhattan.
I mean,
I like it, yeah.
The reworked poster, I mean, it was a good looking poster. I mean, yeah. Very misleading, obviously, by what the movie gets, but it's still, yeah, they're good. All right, so Mortal Kombat Combat, our 5-star reviews. There were 1,173 total reviews on Amazon. 70% are 5-star reviews.
Wow.
Blows my mind with this movie. While only 5% are being 1-star.
That's why lovers show up to Amazon, man.
I know.
Only lovers. Lovers
but
only.
with that said, the people who wrote reviews on the 1-star side, wow, are they impassioned. I've never seen so many lengthy reviews on the 1-star side than I have for this movie.
I hope it's not that long.
Normally, the lengthy...
Like my butt's getting numb. I've been sitting here a while.
And I'm just normally the lengthy novels we find on IMDb. But man, well, there's some lengthy ones on this one. I skipped over those, obviously, but there's a lot of back and forth. So first off, C. Francis writes, grandson's favorite movie, 5 stars.
Weird.
Yep. From B. Monroe, the subtly named Friday 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, is a thrilling addition to the Jason Voorhees oeuvre. The film drips with pathos and oozes atmosphere. While watching it, the viewer will find himself engaged with the exciting narrative and ask himself many questions about the entire series. Did Stephen King really write with a dip pen in high school? Do rats really live in barrels of sludge in New York City? Why do teenagers in the 80s wear such awesome clothes? Will you come away with this film with a deeper understanding of the troubled psyche of the eponymous protagonist Jason has come a long way since his days of chained to a rock at the bottom of Crystal Lake. This troubled soul has been through a lot over the course of the series, but nothing with as much emotional depth as his journey to Manhattan. He doesn't simply take Manhattan. No, indeed, he embraces Manhattan. Manhattan becomes a part of him, and he a part of it. 5 stars. That's just well written.
Yeah, it is.
From MGG, fun horror romp. I don't think there's a Friday the 13th that sucks, except Jason Goes to Hell. 5 stars. Alexander Scavero, the original is still the best, but this is by far the funniest. I really don't like anything after the second movie, but this, Jason, of course, lays waste to a bunch of stupid teenagers before coming to the Big Apple for a little more murder and mayhem. Some of the funniest moments in the entire franchise. If you like watching stupid people hack to pieces, check this out. 5 stars. Ronald Blairch. Ronnie from the Jersey Shore will always be runner-up for the ultimate one-punch. VJ ain't playing. 5 stars. Regina C. Maybe Chris Samples gets that because I know he was a closeted Jersey Shore fan.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Regina C. This is the worst. Well, I guess he's not closeted anymore. Sorry, Chris. Regina C. This is the worst one, but it was the last one I needed to complete collection. 5 stars. What? And from W. Woodward, simply writes, no comment, but 5 stars.
Weird.
Yeah. And Morgan writes, expected trash, got trash, loved it all, 5 stars.
Yeah, hard to argue that.
Yeah. And the 1-star side, we got Horror Fan LA. I can't stand this film. It's not even campy like the others. It's just plain bad. It feels like it was written by some fan whose ideas consist of radioactive waste and letting Jason stand there while some high school kids punch him 30 times. The deaths in his films are a joke and are substandard to the other Friday the 13th films. Absolutely embarrassing and a waste of film, 1 star. Weak Heart for Life writes, okay, first off, this is all bold and capitalized. Okay. Better. This is
please don't shout.
I'm not. I'm giving you so you can imagine them. Okay, first off, this makes no sense. At the end of part 7, Jason was supposedly finished off. Now all of a sudden he is in Manhattan. We never learn how he gets to New York other than he supposedly swam down river and somehow got on the ship. What? Jason knows how to swim now? Oh, actually, it's Noyow. It's Niow. It's weird. What did he take? Swimming lessons? I thought according to the first film, he drowned. Now he can swim? After being set on fire at the end of part 7, which I don't remember being set on fire in part 7 at all. All I can say is Paramount should have stopped while they were ahead. Dumb film, 1 star.
He did get set on fire at the end of number 7. The house exploded,
yeah,
remember? But he
didn't.
Still was in pursuit.
Right. That wasn't his final death
right.
of the movie. That's what I'm saying. From Music Unheard. No real spoilers in this review for it. It's a Jason movie, and more Jason movies follow. With that said, this is 95% garbage movie. Very bad with a very false title. This movie is about 1 hour and 30 minutes long, with just over an hour of the movie taking place on a dirty boat, not in NYC. A dirty fishing boat. The director, Small D, tries to pass off as a cruise ship. I don't know what Small D means. Is he taking a shot at the guy's junk or something? I don't know. Tries to pass off as a cruise ship. Only the last 30 minutes take place in fake NYC. Jason Take Manhattan has about 5 minutes of actual NYC. Jason's power to teleport or run like lightning when off camera is in full gear in this 1-star curiosity. I sludged through this waste of movie because the title sounded fun and I wanted to complete the F-13 run, capital F, and not for Friday nor fudge. So far, this movie was the most painfully bad and the hardest to watch of the F-13 movies. Good luck should you wish to journey with Jason, the stowaway on a dirty fishing boat. 1 star.
I do like that end.
Yeah. Rambo writes, this movie makes no sense and it's not even a little scary. The actors are bad. The story is bad. Kane Hodder needs to hang it up as Jason and find someone with passion. The writer and director don't know what they are doing. I laughed through the whole movie and was not scared one time. Can anyone in Hollywood write anymore? Watch part 3 for a good old real Jason. 1 star. Last, I got 3 here left. Fiona J. Hawkins writes, this has got to be the most shittiest movie ever. It completely ruined the Friday the 13th series. Jason did not have hair, and he was deformed as a child. He was on a boat for most of the movie and appeared in New York at the end. Why the hell did Jason turn back into a boy at the end when he melted in the toxic waste? Jason's face is just fucking stupid at the end. I mean, seriously, he looks like Zippy from fucking Rainbow. Why did they even make it 1 star?
I don't know who Zippy is.
I don't know Zippy. I don't either, but that's her stake. Mike Stan, absolutely horrendous. I can't pick which is worse, this one or 5. The only thing about this flick that was semi-good is Kane Hodder's performance of Jason Voorhees, 1 star. And lastly, from Chris T. The only reason I read this one, it's a little longer, not that too much longer, but this guy
He vibes with you, huh?
He vibes with me.
Gotcha.
He thinks alike with me, and I wanted the same thing. And he seems to have a knowledge of the surrounding area. So it's look. It was the decline in the F-13 films in my book. I love this series. Maybe not Part 5. No Jason and all. There's a lot more people who have bashed on Part 5 that I left off. And I think the real issue I have with this film, and there are many as facts and timelines do not add up on this flick, is this. There is no possible way he is catching a ship of any size from Crystal Lake to Manhattan. The best I can figure it, Crystal Lake is supposed to be somewhere between Stanhope and Andover, New Jersey. This is the facts that lead me to this. In part 1, when Cooking Girl walks into the diner to ask how far to Camp Crystal Lake, she is told about 20 miles. She catches a lift from an oil trunk driver, which has Stanhope, New Jersey on the side. Later in the film, the wooden post reads Crystal Lake 12 miles or something, and Lake Tomahawk 25 miles. Lake Tomahawk is around Andover, New Jersey. There are several lakes in that area of Stanhope and Andover, which could be the fictional Crystal Lake. Not to mention there are several lakes in North Jersey that go by Crystal Lake. None of these lakes, by what I know, have a waterway that drains off into the Hudson nor the Delaware River. I find it irritating when movies insult our intelligence or they do not do their research before making a film. If anyone has thought on how he was supposed to get to New York, I would love to hear it. Still can't wait to see the new F-13 2009 reimagine. 1 star.
I like the way you broke it down.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, this guy thinks that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, so apparently he's in New Jersey. He knows that there's nothing here. There's no way he would be able to make. And so that's what that's why I read that one the last, because he breaks it down and it's very. So I'm like, yeah, he just shines a light on it. There
very cool.
All right, so our final takes, man. Aaron, where are you standing on this one?
1989. I remember seeing the ads for this. I'd be about 10 years old, and I've already seen number 6 and 7, and I was kind of excited. I'm like, ooh, new Friday 13th, new Jason movie, and then I didn't see it. I didn't see it for a long time. I'm kind of glad I didn't see it right away, because boy, was it bad. I was more excited for Ninja Turtles, baby.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles is my thing. Yeah, I was super pumped about Ninja Turtles. But man,
that was a good movie.
Man, was this one just such a disappointment. I like the premise. I like the idea. I like that. I feel bad for the writer-director that he just couldn't do what he wanted to do. But at the same time, you're doing a Friday 13th film. You want to do it, you know?
Yeah. 100%.
So even when you're handcuffed and muted, you're still going to try and do your best. And I guess he did his best for what he could do at the time. But boy, it just sucked. And one thing that really pissed me off, and we talked about it already, is the teleporting. Mm-hmm. The teleporting is so over the top and bad.
Unbelievable.
They don't even try to explain it. They're just like, nope, he just appears. It's so bad. It's
egregious.
Bad. I mean, the worst of teleporting. Oh, God. But it does have its moments. The shot in Times Square, the punk, the fight on the roof, there are some things that are still cool about the movie, but if I'm just going to judge it by itself and not a Friday 13th movie, I'm just going to say it's so bad it's scary. I'm just going to be like, this was just not well executed.
So before I go into my my report, I totally forgot to do this earlier because we were just on a roll and I didn't want to break the flow and I totally forgot. But because we're contractually obligated, Manscaped.
Yeah.
I forgot to do our mid-reel promo for this, and now we're going to do it at the end. So sorry, Manscaped. But anyway, Manscaped is your destination to get all your male hygiene and grooming products. Get your Lawnmower 4.0, the new generation of their trimmer. Comes with the detachable heads, length an LED light so you can shave in the dark. It's waterproof, reduce nicks and cuts. It's leaves you smooth. It's great.
You hear that, Jason? It's waterproof.
It is waterproof. Jason would love it.
So wet the whole time.
He is.
You can use it.
He could.
Yeah.
Jason could use this.
Yeah.
You can also get yourself their new line of shower products, including the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, the body wash, the deodorant, the moisturizing body spray. All comes in one package for you if you want. You can also get the lip balm. 3-pack lip balm as a free gift.
I mean, it's all good stuff. We're all happy. I mean, you keep yourself smelling good.
Yeah.
Keep yourself trimmed up. Summer
Do it for the ladies.
Spring is here. Summer's around the corner.
Like I said, get yourself that curb appeal. I'm like 5 beers in now, so cock curb appeal.
There it is.
There you go. And get yourself the Manscaped stuff on manscaped.com. Use promo code Moongoon. That's MOONGOON for 20% off your entire order and free shipping.
Boom.
All right, now my take. There's first of all there were those reviews. A lot of people said the same thing. A lot of people ragged on 5 as well for some reason.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people also ragged on 10. And I'm like, no, 10 was fun.
10 knew exactly what it was.
10 knew what they were doing and had fun with
Mm-hmm.
it. This one wasn't quite the level of 10. They were still trying to be serious Friday
Mm-hmm.
at this point. I agree. I think what they should have done, I'd like the idea of the cruise ship. I like some of this, but after reading that trivia, if they had so much budgetary issues in filming in New York and they rewrote the script so many times anyway, what I think they should have done is just dropped New York altogether.
Yeah.
And just had the whole thing on a cruise ship then. Have them cruising around Camp Crystal Lake, or start on the cruise ship, and instead of going to New York, you know what? Maybe the cruise ship runs ashore at Camp Crystal Lake and they have to debark and they're stuck back at the original camp or something like that. You know, and that's, again, that saves you a lot of budget movie and ties back in at least to the original, the rest of the series. I think that would have been a fun idea. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a dumb podcast host and who likes horror movies. I don't know shit. I am too going to say so bad it's scary.
Yeah.
I've said, you know, I've recanted my take on part 5. That is actually it's a fun, it's a good one. Even with the fact that it's not a real Jason, just like, but it's fun, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think, this or 9 is got to be the worst of the series.
I feel like you're waiting for the fun in this one.
Yeah, and the fun never shows.
Yeah.
It never shows. It's they try to be serious, but if there's no real fun. There's not really any good like humorous one-liners here and there.
No,
some of the other movies have a little bit of
some one-liners,
a little bit of humor.
Yeah.
This one really doesn't. Hell, there's almost a near fucking rape scene that you don't need. That's dark.
Number 6 is way funnier than this one.
Yeah. So it just. And then the ending. Oh my God, the ending. Why? Why would he turn into a little boy again in boxer shorts in a sewer? I don't understand. Like that alone is terrible. And like the teleporting is the worst egregious offender of. He did a little bit of here and there and some of the other ones.
Yeah, but they weren't leaps.
He wasn't teleporting like 2 city blocks up to a second floor of a building.
Right, that's the worst.
And then like the scene with Kelly, he was like, he looked left,
He's there.
Look right, he's there. There's like 3 of them now, and then he's just gone. Like it's so bad. But I do like the idea of the cruise ship and the confinement, the claustrophobia, the trapped on somewhere you can't get off of. That was a good idea. Execution was poor.
Yeah.
So poor. The kills overall were lame. A lot of them, several of them were cutaway kills. And at this point, we're at part 8. Like if it was like a lot of the early 80s horror movies like we've seen, like maybe I'm wrong, but I think like April Fools or some of these other early ones, like they did a lot of cutaways back in the early 80s. I get, but this was 89 at this point. We've done so many Jasons, so many Halloween, so many Freddy's.
Right.
Like you don't. Fuck the cutaway.
Show us the money.
That's what people are there for. They're for the skill. They're there for the scares. They're there for the kills.
Mm-hmm.
Show that shit. Don't. And I mean, yeah, the Julius head and the Sauna rocks were good, but everything else was lackluster, lame cutaways. Just lame, just poor, like execution.
Made for TV.
It really is almost like the made for TV Jason movie.
Yeah.
And we said that about 7. 7 was so edited down, like a lot of the kills were cutaways.
Yeah, now that wasn't their fault.
That wasn't necessarily their fault, but like they at least went for it.
Yeah.
Like they filmed that shit and then had to cut it out, but you know it was there. This one, I don't think they did that. They just like so regardless if it's a Friday 13th movie or not, I'm still saying so bad it's scary. This one and 9, I think, are the worst of the franchise.
How many machetes out of 10 would you give it?
Where's that shit coming from?
I'm just pulling out my ass.
I like the cruise. Sonic Kill, Julius. I'll give it, for those factors alone, I'll give it 3.
I was going to say 4 machetes out of 10.
I give it 3. Other than that,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, so that's that, man. All right, guys, thanks. I know this was a little longer for a watch-along episode, but we had a lot to cover. We had a lot to talk about. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did as a watch-along, because I was kind of going back and forth, but I'm glad we did watch-along. It's sad. to end this because I know, Aaron, you're going on hiatus after this. So
Yeah,
this is kind of a break here, so it sucks. Like, I kind of want to keep going because I don't want you to go. But for those listening, thank you so much for making it through the for 250 with us. 250. Remember, if you want us to help support the show, you can always check out Manscaped again. Use our promo code Moongoon. You can also check. We have a Patreon page where you can help us out there on Patreon.
We really don't do anything special for it. We just need support.
Yeah,
we thank you for everyone who does.
Everyone who does, we love you so much. A lot of the tiers, a lot of the giveaways we had on that are, like I said, our inventory is running very, very low. So some I need to update because we might not have it anymore. But like I said, also you can check out our new shop that's going to be should be up by the time you're listening to this. You can check out our website horriblehorrorpodcast.com for some horrible horror merchandise. That would help us out a lot too. Anyway, thank you so much everybody for taking this journey with us for 250. We're still going. Aaron's taking a break, but show's still going on. I'm gonna have a lot of guests come on in this place until he is able to rejoin the show. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. In the meantime, till we're next time, remember, watch more horror movies, and for always remember, keep it tight, y'all.
Bye-bye.